She's dead. Wrapped in plastic.
Welcome to the Twin Peaks podcast.
Damn good coffee. And hot. Would everyone please take a seat?
Here I go. How did I used to do this?
Welcome to Intro to X. Oh crap.
It's so confusing.
I think you should do it in the style of David Bowie, returned from the Black Lunch.
Oh. Okay, welcome to Twin Peaks Podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Mel.
I'm Brad.
I'm Caitlin. Yay, we have returned!
We're returned.
Yay!
Yay. How long has it been? Like a year? More? Less?
Probably.
Around that. Yeah.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, but new stuff happened, so here we are. And today we're joined by two special guests. Everyone knows Claire.
Hi!
Hey! And that other random person was Matt A.
Yay!
Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome.
Listeners of Intro to X and Intro to Briscoe probably are aware of you. So, Matt, you're completely new to Twin Peaks, right?
No, not completely.
No,
I did see some of the show about 15 years ago.
Yeah, and
Yeah, a friend of mine was a big fan, and he gave me a box of VHS tapes that he had made copies of the show. He's like, "Oh, if you like the X-Files and Millennium, you'll love Twin Peaks." So I probably made it about halfway through.
oh,
The quality of the tapes, terrible.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, he gave me the European pilot.
Oh,
And I watched it, and I couldn't understand why in the second episode they were pretending like they didn't know who had killed Laura Palmer. Very confusing.
Well, I've been hearing that that's all they used to have available was the European pilot, and they didn't even have the regular pilot on VHS for some reason.
Yeah. And he probably told me that, but I didn't put two and two together. So it was fun watching it, in such a great format. They did a good job with the Blu-ray quality.
Yeah.
Really
So
nice.
being able to watch the series, it was almost like watching it for the first time.
So what are your thoughts on the series as a whole?
I thought the series was great, and I didn't notice much of a decline in quality like people kept telling me to expect. I thought those episodes that post Laura Palmer were pretty interesting. Of course, I love Nadine. I mean, she's a hoot.
Yeah.
So every time she showed up, and who's Ian Buchanan's? What's his character's name?
Dick Tremaine!
Dick Tremaine was amazing. And Lucy and Andy. I mean, it made me kind of want to rewatch like Picket Fences, Northern Exposure, those kinds of shows, because I like the small town stuff. And I love the ending.
You love the ending of Twin Peaks?
I love the season finale. I thought it was great.
Yes, I agree. So, in contrast to that, what'd you think of the movie?
I hated it.
Why? Too dark?
No, that wasn't a problem. It was just the pace was glacial. The first 30 minutes seemed like a totally different movie, too wacky, without any kind of point. And a lot of the Laura Palmer stuff was the best part of the movie, but it was also pretty familiar having read the diary.
Yeah.
It's kind of like going down the same road again. Actually, I prefer the diary to the movie.
Okay. Yeah, that's a common feeling about the movie the first time. I mean, most well, I don't know about most, but a lot of people come around on the movie after multiple watches, but not
I
everyone.
hated it the first time I saw it.
Oh, me too.
I don't know. Do you start to like it more, or are you just used to it?
I think I just appreciate the cinematography, and I learned to appreciate other things about it. But
You will join us, Matt. Join us.
No, never.
Not perfect, obviously, but you do get to kind of grow to like it.
I was very surprised that Caitlin and Brad liked it first go round.
Yeah, I was too. You drunk the Kool-Aid. What's wrong with you?
So we've got a sponsor for this episode, guys.
Ooh.
Exciting.
Jenny's Prince on Etsy approached me for a sponsor, and she does like patches and postcards and different Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen her
that's really
stuff?
Cool. Yeah,
You're on Etsy too, so
I am.
yeah.
We're all one big happy Etsy family.
Yeah. But the patches that she has, it's like a sheriff's department patch and a Bookhouse Boys patch and stuff. I saw those at the fest. I don't know if somebody bought them off of her and resold them at the fest or what, but I did buy some and they're really good quality. So if that's the same thing that she's sewing and you want to be a nerd like me, yeah, buy some.
Be a nerd like Matt, and you want to learn how to sew like Matt.
Yes. Mel refuses to sew my patches on. I have to do it myself.
I told him I would teach him.
Yeah.
Can I just say that rewatching or watching maybe for the first time the Twin Peaks series, that listening to your podcast made it 100 times more enjoyable.
Oh, that's good.
It's true. And I really loved your interview with David Lynch, and I can't believe how rude Claire was.
Really outrageous.
Yeah.
Yeah, she never. He'll never forgive you for that, Claire.
No,
Pretend-
he'll never be coming to the UK festival now.
Yeah.
No.
Um.
I'll have to keep you on a leash at the Twin Peaks Fest.
Yeah. Don't mind her. Yeah.
You'll have to excuse her. She's English.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll just follow you guys around on a lead. I'll be like, have a
muzzle
little,
on.
little muzzle, yeah.
Oh.
Like,
Oh my god, no, we wheel you around like a Hannibal.
Sounds like a lot of work.
No, I would love to do that.
Careful.
I'm
Okay.
generally pretty lazy. I'm completely down with this plan. So
Uh,
All right. So Mel and I watched this, the missing pieces from this Blu-ray here, for the first time at the fest, and I think it was the ideal way to watch it. It was pretty great. We watched it in Cooper's room at the Great Northern
so cool.
at midnight with a bunch of fellow fans that we hadn't really talked to the entire weekend. This was a group of people we didn't know.
some of them were like a part of the fest, like they were helping organize the fest,
There's
so
a
they were
couple of
quite
them.
busy.
Yeah, but then there was other people that we just hadn't talked to, and then on the last day they're like just going up to random people. Hey, I didn't talk to you. Do you want to come by my place or by my room at the Salish tonight?
Oh, boy.
Showing the. We were the first people there, and we were like, is this gonna be legit or what? But everyone ended up
yes,
showing
Matt,
up.
it's gonna be legit.
Some weird sex thing.
And then like two people in weird furry costumes roll in. It gets really weird.
I'll be the owl, you be Audrey.
Yeah. Some exciting times, guys.
Oh no!
There's like a truck parked in the Salish parking lot.
Rios truck, yeah. But yeah, we all got together in this guy's room, like 315, where Cooper stayed in the show, and we watched it all for the first time. A couple of people had seen it, but 90% of us hadn't, and it was just like complete silence, and like we're just absorbed into it, and except for the one part where the guy farted.
Yeah.
One guy fell asleep and then let out this huge fart, and then he just let himself out. He's like, I'll leave.
Wow.
It was pretty great.
Yeah. But besides that, it was great. And then we took a midnight hike down to the bottom of the falls, and that was pretty great too.
Awesome.
But so yeah. So should we get into the recap here?
Sure.
Anyone else got anything?
Do we have to recap them all in a minute? Because I don't think I can do that.
Oh, unless somebody wants to try. No. Okay. Well, I'm just going to go through the Blu-ray menu. Lists each scene. It gives each scene a name. So I'm just going to list off a name, and then we'll discuss that scene. So I'm not going to describe exactly what happens and such.
Unless we forget which scene that was.
Yeah. So the first scene of the deleted scenes here is Desmond's M.O.
Yay! I'm so excited because I love Chet Desmond and Sam Stanley together, and they're so adorable, and we get more of it, and I was whooping and hollering.
I like them too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're so much fun.
I
It's
like
my
Kiefer
favourite
Sutherland
role
as
that
a
Kiefer
nerd.
Sutherland's ever done. I don't. It's the best thing Kiefer's ever done. Sorry, Kiefer.
Oh, I liked him in Dark City. Same character.
Oh yeah,
Nerdy.
he's awesome in Dark City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just watched another one about that time last week, Crazy Moon. I thought it was actually pretty good too.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Just watch that.
I saw a cool detail in this scene though, which I think is completely incidental, but because I was watching, I was sort of like really intensely watching it the first time. But when they pull up to Haps, there's the sign, with the creepy clown, which it was horrible. But as the light as the car comes round, it lights up the bottom of the sign, and it's like a white zigzag in a black background. It's really cool.
Right.
Like if you watch it again, it's obviously a complete accident because it's just the way the light hits it, but it makes a white zigzag against a black background, which is very Twin Peaks.
Right.
So I kind of noted out of that and was like, yeah, that can't have been on purpose, but it's cool.
No, I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't think it was on
No,
purpose.
I don't think it means anything. I just thought it was cool.
So deep.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. It's almost Inland Empire. It's so deep. That's right, fools.
So yeah, the next one is called Say Hello to Jack, and that's the old guy talking to the agents here, and that guy's got to be like just a local bum they picked up, right? He's not.
Yeah.
He's not an actor.
He's not an actor.
Is the neon sign outside of that place a crying clown?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
bizarre.
terrifying.
It's really-
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
No, I don't like it either.
I don't like clowns.
I was glad they didn't still have it there.
Yeah, when we went by it,
Yeah.
now it's
It's like, phew.
a fancy bistro or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like the old guy's outfit, the sparkly shirt, the
Yeah.
boots, the fancy belt buckle.
Yeah.
He was a stylish guy.
And it was like, because it's Blu-ray and it's HD and everything, it was the first time I could actually read what his badge said, because I'd never noticed it before.
Yeah.
Where it's like, say hello to Jack, but hello's crossed out and it says goodbye.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that guy's interesting. I don't know what he's all about.
He's got a weird way of speaking too.
That's why I think he's just a crazy person and not an actor.
David Lynch just likes his old guys who deliver their lines in weird ways.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also enjoy that.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys watched the features, right? About this movie,
Probably.
where Lynch was just like, oh, that woman looks weird. Let's put her in the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in the trailer park. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next one is Good Morning Irene, which is just them coming out of the diner in the morning. They were there all night, I guess.
Yeah.
Just hanging out with Irene.
It's just an awkward.
Yeah, and just Sam is like, everyone's so annoyed by Sam.
Hi.
But he's so adorable. Aww.
I mean, I can see him getting a little bit annoying, but he's not. Well, not even Cooper, who's always happy, is just supremely
I
annoyed by
know.
Sam.
Well,
No.
apparently that was Sam's apartment. If you went in an apartment and you see that creepy old paint stirring machine thing sticker, like going around and just all the junk in his apartment, you'd be freaked out too.
So next we go to, this one's coming from J. Edgar.
Yay!
No.
It's the best, Brad. It's the
This
best.
is the worst.
No!
It goes on forever.
I love
It was so long.
It's like
I'm with Brad, this is terrible.
It's every scene with Andy that went on too long, all wrapped into one, and I love it.
Oh yeah.
But it has characters I don't like in it.
The blonde is cute.
It has Chris Isaac, who has some arms on him, I have to say. Chris Isaac boxing in a t-shirt, and it's hilarious and hot at the same time.
He's got good form, apparently. I think I heard
He does have good form.
he's actually trained in boxing.
Well, the guy he's boxing as well, Sheriff Cable, who seems to think that his stance for boxing is standing there with his arms open like he's about to give him a bear hug. And I was like, how are you going to punch him back? You're not even ready to throw a punch. I do boxing. So I was like, it's just ridiculous. He's just standing there like, rah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, just punch him.
I wrote that he has little squirrel hands. Like he's
Yeah,
there's so many great faces that come from that guy in this scene.
I know.
He's got squirrel hands with a mole rat face.
Yeah. He looks like an egg with sideburns.
Yeah, something.
He does the best reactions to getting punched.
Oh my god, yeah.
So funny.
I noticed they take their badges off, but they keep their guns on, so at any time, if this escalated, they could have just, what if this could have ended this?
That's what I was expecting him to do at first. Just take off his gun and shoot him.
Yeah, I'm also surprised he didn't try that.
I hated this whole part of the movie, so I don't have much to say.
So was it just it went on too long for you guys?
Yes.
It goes on too long, and I don't care about these guys to begin with. And I'm just like, alright, there's some dudes fighting. Alright. Some other people are laughing. They're bending bars. It's over. Stop it.
I love it. I love it as a deleted scene. Like, if it was in the film, I would be like, oh, this is too long in the film.
Yeah.
But as a deleted scene, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
I can't deal with Sheriff Cable's gross, sweaty shirt.
He's like wearing a full sweater to work out in here, yeah.
Oh, it's so gross.
Apparently, one of the guys we met at the fest, Josh, who knows everything about Twin Peaks, he said David Lynch had to be really coaxed into putting this on this Blu-ray. Like, he wasn't going to do it at first, and people told him the fans will riot if you don't put this scene in.
Yeah.
Because apparently there's still 40 minutes or so of scenes we didn't get still. Like, he's still sitting on footage.
Yeah, there's stuff that's, like, been mentioned for years that we get hints at in this, like Johnny Horn's birthday, I'm pretty sure was either scripted or was shot, and they obviously mention it in these ones. And then I know there was a scene which I think they shot of which I really wish we'd seen of Truman like singing guitar to Josie.
Oh boy!
I'm glad we didn't see that, but
Why
I would
didn't
like
we
to see
see
Johnny.
that? But I know there's other stuff that I've definitely heard about throughout the years that wasn't on here.
Wow.
I just like how Sheriff Cable's ultimate attack is like powering up and then just throwing his body limply against him.
I know. It's amazing.
Oh well, the next scene is Cooper and Diane.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is.
Cooper's doing press ups against the door frame.
Aww. I just like this scene because I wish Cooper had been a little bit more like this in the movie, like all sparkly-eyed and really adorable. I was like, oh, this is the kind of Cooper we were missing from the movie.
Yeah.
Because he was dark and depressing.
Yeah. I just like how he's like, they have this little challenge every week or whatever, and he's like, oh, I guessed correctly. Now you have to be my slave.
That's awful.
Basically.
Is that how you and Mel have your relationship, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's changed around, and and then I guess and he makes me food.
So, do we think that there was actually a Diane there?
That he was.
Or he was talking to his little cassette tape that was sitting on the table.
Oh. No, I'm sure. I thought you meant while filming. I'm sure. I'm sure in the scene she's supposed to be there. Yeah. I don't think Cooper's as crazy as we thought.
Oh.
Disagree.
I mean, if there was a cassette tape, that would be the most insane.
Yeah.
You've moved something around, I see. Probably.
It would have been more awesome if she'd come out of her office just chasing Cooper away and like hitting him.
Like with a broom or something.
Enough with you, Cooper. Yeah.
Pat it. I'm not your lackey.
I'm just picturing a blow-up doll sitting behind a desk.
I like that he refers to himself as the dashing Agent Cooper as well. It's like, all right, Cooper.
So yeah, then we cut to Stan's apartment. Apparently it's his apartment. I would have assumed
it was
it's
his office.
his lab in the headquarters, but
Yeah.
the title is Stan's apartment.
Sam.
Or yes, Sam. Whoops, I wrote Stan. Who's
He
Stan?
has a box full of parts of a vacuum cleaner. Because there's a box and it says on it something like vacuum parts. And I was like, okay.
Oh, he's totally a hoarder.
Yeah, he's a total hoarder.
He needs
That's
them
why
for all his
Brad loves him.
inventions.
Well,
What'd you say, Caitlin?
He needs all the parts for his inventions.
Mm.
You never know what you're gonna have to make.
so what do you guys think that machine was?
Mixing the stuff? Yeah.
I had no clue.
I got nothing.
I don't know.
Maybe he was making tofu or something.
I
I
don't
think that's how it works.
Oh,
But
I bet he was making cheese.
It was just a milky substance. So it looked like the brine from tofu or feta cheese or something.
Maybe it was cement?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
maybe it was taffy.
I thought he had.
Just a sculptor?
I thought he was mixing like paint thinner or something. I don't
Who
even know.
knows?
It's all of those things.
Why is Cooper so annoyed at him?
I don't know.
I thought they would be like little buddies. Aww.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to tell you about the blue rose either.
It's because Sam is too he's too eager to please. He's too much of a keener.
too much of
Aw.
brown
Yeah, he's a
noser.
brown noser, and I don't think Cooper likes that.
Mm.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, well, I like him, so. I like him, and I don't like you, Cooper.
So then we go to Buenos Aires / above the convenience store in a very long scene, which is actually
Yeah.
2 scenes or 3. So we get more Bowie.
Yeah, I love it.
He's got the worst accent.
So bizarre.
What is
they
it
have
supposed to be?
I don't know.
Is it
Like
southern?
And yeah, what did he say at one point? What was the saying that he said? Gosh darn baby.
Oh, yeah,
What?
yeah.
Oh, I wrote it down. He said, "Hell, God, baby, damn no."
Brad, do you know all like the Herta Hatta stuff? Like, do you know?
Listen, I know I've been around a lot of Herta Hattas, and they say a lot of crazy nonsense. That's a new one on me.
I love it when Brad talks about Herta Hattas.
That's
my favorite thing.
Straight beer nightmare zone.
Why are they doing ballroom dancing in the reception of this hotel?
I wrote that down, too.
Did you guys
Yeah.
notice the old lady had an artichoke in her hair? The old lady.
Yes.
Is it an actual artichoke?
I think it was an artichoke.
Yeah, it looks
like one.
these are a lot of extras to be cut from the movie.
Yeah, I know.
I was in Fire Walk with Me. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, I sat in a chair and read a paper.
Yeah.
And how would you even explain what scene you're in? Yeah, I was in a hotel scene where David Bowie walks by, and but there's ballroom dance. It's
There's a harp.
I thought
You
you
know
were in the
what?
Twin Peaks movie.
well, it is. I don't think that's in the movie. But you will know they cut the scene, but I don't know where that would have fit in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's
Doesn't
not
make
in Twin
sense.
Peaks, it's in Buenos Aires. What?
I don't think so. I don't think you're in the right movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're a liar.
Yeah. Even with all these extended and deleted scenes, we still never get to see Judy, so I'm still supremely confused about who that is.
One of the things I like when we go to the convenience store bit that we get more of in this is, even though it's really creepy, we get lots of really gross close-ups of the jumping man's mouth,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's making monkey noises.
Terror.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
The guy with the white paint and the mask on his
Yeah.
face was super creepy, but the bearded dudes were just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yokel's number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, Duck Dynasty crew.
One of them
Get
looked
to
like...
see Marble Rye Lady again,
Yeah.
and young David Lynch.
Yeah.
Even though it's a different little kid, but he does still look like him.
Nah, he looks close enough.
I think it's his nephew instead of his son. But, yeah, the, oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, I forget. Never mind. Oh, no. One of the bearded guys, he looks like Big Ed Hurley with wearing a fake beard.
Yeah, he does. I can see that.
But I don't know what I like. This, the convenience store scenes compared to the Black Lodge scenes, I don't know what I think of the convenience store things. I think they're a little bit too crazy. They're not tastefully crazy.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I really enjoyed them. It was just, I felt like it was a really fun scene to watch.
And I'm still confused about if this is above a literal convenience store. Like, where's the convenience store come into this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's when they go and get their creamed corn when they're hungry.
Yeah, did you see how much creamed corn there was there? It was a giant vat of it.
Yeah. There's so many new things in the movie that weren't in the series, like the creamed corn, the Garbanbosia, the ring, all this tie-in with the electricity and Indian bellows, and there's just... We didn't see any of that in the series, and it just comes out of nowhere, it feels like. But
Yeah.
I really wish Mark Frost had been on this movie. I still love it, but it would have been great if they were there together.
No, the mythology here intrigues me, but I don't feel like I have enough of a handle on it for it to be... for me to really like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued by it, but I don't like it.
I don't think there's enough of it in reality to even make a decision.
Would it be better if the characters in this other world were played by the actors in the show, like sort of like their other world counterparts?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
No, it actually is Big Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if they had taken the actors and they said, okay, in the other world, they look like the people you know, so that at least you had like a touchstone would be a little more familiar.
Yeah, we get some more about some more concrete, not concrete, but explanation of there actually being two worlds for sure, like two completely separate worlds, and they're like, I don't know, having sex. What is how the little man put it.
Yeah.
But we got another line from Bob, which delighted me. That never was in the
Yeah.
original movie.
Really weird delivery, though. I know.
It was great.
I know he was speaking backwards, but it was weird.
It was a really long line to remember,
Yeah.
like, backwards. So it came out.
Not everyone's an expert at backward speaking.
Yeah, I love it. I love how weird it came out.
But he says, I have the fury of my own momentum.
Yeah, what's that even
Yeah.
mean?
Such an awkward line.
It's a nice line, but I don't think it means anything. I don't think anyone should read into it. But it almost looks like they're disciplining Bob here too, or something. But then at the end, they're all laughing together,
Yeah.
and then Bob claps his hands, and there's fire, and then they go into the Black Lodge, or something. What were you gonna say?
And the little man just loves that Formica table.
Yes. So we when they go through the curtains, we cut to a little shot of Laura's face and the fan. So was that like at the point when they walked into the fan and tried to take over her body, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I figured. But we'll get to that fan one later because I was a bit disappointed that particular thing didn't happen. And I really wanted it to.
And then we cut to the Philip scene, so we get the rest of the Philip scene. So in the
we get him reappear though, and which is really cool. He comes out the wall, and then the guy shits his pants.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I was like, okay, that was a weird delivery.
Before that, we got extended scenes of Philip in the office, and
did we? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well, in the final cut, they just took that last scene and this scene and played them over top of each other.
Yeah.
And now we get to see them separately, which is how they were originally intended, I suppose. So you get to hear more of the dialogue from each scene. It's more easily understandable. But I guess they were too important to cut out completely, so he's just like, I'm just going to put one on top of the other.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
As you do.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of any of the new stuff in this scene?
We get more Albert, which is always good.
Got some funny Albert. Always welcome.
But some funny Bowie, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Although it was funny and creepy, because at moments I'm like, I don't know if he's just a bad actor or if he's an actual good actor. I can't tell.
Yeah.
He's not.
Mel, have you not watched Labyrinth? Come on.
Oh.
I don't know what he found in Seattle at Judy's.
Yeah, and we didn't see what the hotel manager gave him from Judy. Was it something in an envelope?
I think it was.
Yeah, we didn't get to see that.
Yep.
Mysterious.
Then he gets sucked away back to Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
Which is when what Claire mentioned, the guy shits his pants.
He does.
What?
So bizarre. I was like,
It was so creepy though. It looked so painful.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But shitting your pants, it looked painful?
Yeah, that and being transported from and then landing where the wall is or whatever. Burning the wall.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What's the guy screaming though at the end? He's screaming, "Are you the man?" What's that mean?
Don't even ask. You're not gonna know.
Probably doesn't mean anything.
Probably
What
not.
does it mean?
In the next scene, Mike is the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I don't know. This is just a little bit of an extended scene. It's in the final cut, but it's like super short and from a different angle.
Yeah.
And that's like Gary Hirschberger's only thing in the whole movie.
Oh,
It's
I like Mike.
Yeah, I love Mike.
Mike and Nadine forever.
I had already forgotten that we replaced Laura Flynn Boyle with a better
Moira Kelly.
Yeah. What'd you think of that, Matt?
Oh, when I saw her for the first time, I couldn't believe they recasted her.
Mhm.
I was shocked. Actually, I like Laura Flynn Boyle.
Yeah.
I find that Moira Kelly's a little too meek in this,
Oh, I like that.
and
Fits.
yeah, I guess so, because she does kind of she's at an earlier part in her character's development, so she does
Yeah.
kind of go down a darker path, and I don't know. I kind of like the edge that Laura Flynn Boyle brought to it.
Yeah, she hasn't killed anyone yet.
I feel like Moira Kelly fits more like the Donna that's in the Laura Palmer Diary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I like her better.
Oh, you like Moira Kelly better than Laura Flynn Boyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if it's completely just because of her acting or if it's also,
It's
all the stories of the actress being a bitch also colored my...
I guess I liked it when Donna put on the sunglasses and became a bitch. I guess I like that.
I guess I have to admit that.
Well, that was all just because Laura Flynn Boyle didn't want to... She was jealous of all the attention that Shelley and Audrey were getting, and she wasn't getting any of this attention for being a young sex pot on this new TV show. So she's like, I don't want to be the girl next door. Make me badass. So that entire character change.
Yeah, she's a bitch, but I'm okay with it. I kind of liked it.
Then there's also the scene with Laura's mom, Sarah, coming in with the cigarette in her mouth and the groceries in her arms.
I like this scene.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some nice mom moments in this movie.
I really like the Grace Zabriskie scenes.
You never get to see... Yeah, we never got to see her being a normal person. She was always just crying and screaming.
We get a lot more interaction of Sarah and Laura, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Because we don't get hardly any of that. I think the only scene that I can remember in the film before this was, where the freak out at the dinner table, where Leland's like, wash your hands, that scene.
Yeah.
But we didn't get any nice sort of family little moments between the two of them.
Yeah, Sarah Palmer screams in that scene.
Yeah.
Just her usual.
That was a good Sarah Palmer, that.
There's your costume idea for the festival.
Yeah.
Who's got a crazy clown wig I can borrow?
I'll cut my hair off and donate it to you.
Perfect.
Yeah. But,
I'll dress up as Leland. I'll dye my hair white. The leftovers of my hair.
Yeah. But this...
bleach it all.
yeah.
Then I will dress as Laura and Caitlin can be Maddie.
Oh god, if the three of you reenact that Norwegian scene, it would be the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah. Matt, you need to have I need to have a prop where it's just like a big axe propped up on a plywood.
Oh,
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Sorry.
Yeah.
we need to discuss the axe.
We will. Okay.
Yes.
So, she's got the cigarette in her mouth and the groceries in her arms, and I think I read it in the book, Brad Dukes' book there. What's it called again? Oral History of Twin Peaks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I heard it. Reflections. Grace Zabriskie said in the series at Laura's funeral, she wanted to have a scene where she had to be brought in by two people who had both of her arms, she was all weak and catatonic, right? And she wanted to have a cigarette still dangling out of her mouth, but they didn't let her do that. So I guess she kind of got to do it here. So then the next scene is called School Books, which is where Laura's gone out and apparently I didn't even write what it was. Something about school books.
She lied to her mom.
She had to get school books from Bobby's or Donna's or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she gets caught in the lie when she comes back in at night. because her mom was in her room looking for her sweater that she borrowed.
And there's some angry piano hitting.
Yeah.
Oh,
There it
so
is.
angry.
That's an odd choice, but I love it. It's just like completely random. Because she's trying to be understanding and loving, but she's like, I'm going to make this loud noise as I try to, appeal to you. And
Right, she says, "Oh, Laura, you don't have to lie to me. You can tell me anything." Clang!
Yeah.
anything, Laura. No wonder she's on edge. That poor girl. Her parents are like bipolar or manic or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we cut to the Palmer scene.
Okay. What? Like, I think the whole thing with Leland doing the giant thing, like the fee fi fo fum type thing, is cute. But why do they have an axe? What? Why does he have a board and he like turns it so it's on display like it's part of their dinner routine? And I'm gonna skip ahead, Matt. I'm sorry, but later on when they're sitting at the dinner table, I think it's Laura and Sarah. Like, on that same dresser, there's no board with an axe, but there's just a lemon sitting there. Do they just have random props on this dresser at dinner time? I need to know. Because there's an axe and there's a lemon.
It's a Palmer dinner theater.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's dinner.
All right. You come in for dinner. Last one to the table has to put a prop on the table. Then we're gonna all just improvise around it.
And Leland always makes sure he's the last person in.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Last person has to reenact their favourite fairy tale.
Yeah.
What does the lemon one have to do with?
I don't know.
Fairy tale would that be?
I was like, why is there a lemon? Like, there's not a fruit bowl there. What? I was so confused by this lemon. I might put a little screenshot in the Facebook group because it's just there throughout the entire scene and I'm meant to be paying attention to what they're saying, but instead I'm like, why is there a lemon?
It's just a sad.
Why?
Claire's like, what does it mean?
It's just a sad, lonely little lemon. Aww.
But yeah,
That's my costume idea. There you go. I'll be the sad, lonely little lemon.
But yeah, this is one of my favorite deleted scenes.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
The movie needed some more happy moments like this, I think, and we never got to see the Palmers as a family just having a good time. Like, they talk about it, but you never got to see it. So
I was really wanting one of the times, one of the last go-arounds when they were saying the introducing themselves. I was really wanting to say Robert.
Oh.
And it'd just be creepy as hell.
Oh,
just
man.
awkward silence.
Amazing.
What'd you say, Leland? Nothing.
I'm in Leland.
I was just hoping they would do the scene, and then there would be like a shot of, you didn't realize Madonna was at the other end of the table, and she was like, what is going on?
Not even included.
Higley, I'm today. Yeah, hey there, Killer Bob. I mean, Leland.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this scene. It was really good. And I love at the end, like, when they're all just laughing for ages.
They descend into madness.
Yes.
It feels like Grace Zabriskie was kind of acting laughing, but I think Cheryl Lee was genuinely just laughing at Grace Zabriskie.
Yeah. And then at
She
the end,
was just shaking.
yeah, at the end, it looked like Ray Wise also like kind of burst out laughing at Grace
Yeah.
Zabriskie as well.
Meanwhile, David Lynch is just off to the side, just like, keep going, keep going.
Until it gets awkward. Yeah.
And then do it some more.
Yeah.
Until it's not awkward. And then do it until it gets awkward again.
I like how Sarah Palmer, when she's doing the Norwegian, she automatically puts a Norwegian accent on her own name.
Yeah. Sarah.
Sarah Palmer.
And later, when she says Norwegians in another scene, she says Norwegians.
I feel like sometimes though she's like kind of making fun of Leland.
Yeah.
Like when he walks in later, like skipping ahead, and he's like, "Don't forget, it's Johnny Horn's birthday." She's like,
Yeah.
"Forget."
Yeah.
She's kind of
The next scene is Laura's party, which is just a blowjob in a pickup truck.
Well,
Yeah.
isn't that such a contrast between like a happy family moment and then Laura's like, I'm gonna give you a hand job in a truck. It's like so creepy.
Yeah.
So weird.
That scene was filmed like just behind the line of trees. There is the Deer Meadow Sheriff Station, which is right where the picnic at the Twin Peaks Fest is held.
Oh.
And near that is the river where the bodies are always floated down.
Also,
The old body float. The old body float contest at the Twin Peaks Fest.
Yeah. But from this, we can kind of discern that Leo's been pimping Laura out, I guess. So, did we know that he was Laura's pimp, basically?
I don't think so.
No, it's more like she has sex and gets drugs.
Yeah. Well, the line the power and the glory comes up, which is the name of that club, is it?
I think so.
I
I
think-
thought it was called the Pink Room, but
Well, yeah, the Pink Room, but it's weird because this is... Sorry, skipping ahead again. This is when we find out that the Pink Room isn't part of the Roadhouse. Because I was discussing this with Ben and Rose from the Double R Club, and they were like, oh my god, we always thought the Pink Room was like, part of the Roadhouse. It was like a little seedy part of the Roadhouse. We find out it's in a completely different location.
Yeah, I don't know if I assumed it was part of the Roadhouse, but I'd never really thought about where it was. But
Yeah, it's cool.
the next scene is 2x4.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
what do you
Awesome.
guys think?
Yeah.
I enjoyed
With
it.
Del Nibbler again. We get to see
Yay.
him. Yay.
Such a random character to bring back for these
I know.
movie.
That man's head is like 20% head, 80% glasses.
Yeah.
Don't you find Josie's completely adorable in this scene?
Yeah, I could actually
Yeah, I like her.
Except for the shoulder pads.
Was it because of how she did her hair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
her hair was adorable.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Yeah, she's okay.
Her hair is way better here than it ever was in the show.
Yeah.
It's the movie budget. They really went all out.
Plus, she's not smearing gross blood all over her lips, and
True.
maybe this
True.
was, maybe this was before she started dating Truman, and he made her make her hair like his. Yeah. Oh man, I could listen to Jack Nance just explain anything all day.
No.
God,
Aw.
the end reasoning was brilliant.
The money metaphor for the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Poor Del Nibbler, so confused.
Anything else there? No. The next one is it's called Kind of Quiet.
Oh yeah.
Why is the diner so dead?
Because there's gross blood everywhere. Because I just got a nosebleed.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I
a
don't
lot
know,
of
but she's very amused by her nosebleed though, so that's good. She's laughing.
Yeah. I'm glad she's still able to laugh about it.
She is a psycho. Heidi.
Yeah.
But
a lot of these scenes, like you can tell, like okay, there's a reason these were cut from this movie
Yeah.
because wow, it just
yeah, it does go.
this one in particular is like there's just a lot of stuff happening,
Mhm.
and
I don't know if it's a lot of stuff happening. It's a whole lot of nothing happening.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
It's
nothing's happening at all. But there's a lot of people doing things. It's like you put a lot of effort into filming this.
But I have a theory of why the diner is dead. It's probably because once Laura Palmer died, everyone was too depressed to cook for themselves, so they just went out to eat.
Definitely.
Oh,
The whole town got too depressed.
boy, Norma. Laura dying sure was good for business.
Yeah.
Best thing that ever happened to the Double R.
Norma that did it.
Oh no.
Oh.
But I was confused by Ed and Nadine when they came in. Like, did they forget who owns this establishment?
Yeah, it was weird. Like Nadine's like sees Norma and is like, oh well, it's her diner, Nadine. You big dum dum.
Well, she must have just had a panic attack.
She thought she could deal with it, but she couldn't.
Yes.
She is crazy. I mean, let's
Crazy
probably-
awesome.
True.
forgotten who owns it.
But they brought Wendy Roby back just for that. Just pop in and run away.
It's good though. I like just seeing people for even just little small.
Yeah.
I find these deleted scenes made it feel more Twin Peaksy because you get to see more of the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought Peggy Lipton did a really good job in these scenes,
Yeah.
more so than in the show, because she actually had emotion in these scenes. Versus the show, she was kind of just like robotic.
Yeah, I agree. That's the one good thing about this scene is seeing Nadine and getting to see Norma be a character with emotions.
Yeah.
By the way, they had lumberjack pancake stacks for $2.95. That's a good price, guys.
And
Ooh.
a
Nice.
burger.
And a charbroiled bark burger on special.
I was looking, because this is the good thing with HD. Now we can look at all the details. I was looking at their pie menu. I was like, "Ooh, coconut pie."
What was the soup of the day? Did anyone notice?
I didn't see the little sign. I couldn't see it because usually they have it on the little. It looks like a little soup pot, and it has smoke coming out the top, and they have soup of the day written, but I couldn't see it anywhere.
When she was crying, it said, "Try our homemade soups" in the background.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
It's mystery soup today.
it's made out of Norma's tears.
It's just salty.
Yeah. The next scene is best friends.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bleh.
I just thought it was clear. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, in this scene when she's hugging, you can just see the back of Laura's head. I just thought it was very, very obvious, even more that it's a wig.
Yes,
It was very nylon-y. Oh, cool! Yay, Mel.
But this scene, more than most of them, really seems like we're just watching dailies of the show that were filmed, because it doesn't
Yeah.
it's always from the back of her head. You know, normally you go back and forth. But
Yeah, that's true.
But yes, I love Moira Kelly hugging that wig, like, with great.
Just a mannequin.
And we also find out why in the pink room in the film, Laura says that she is the muffin.
right.
Yeah.
This
Oh boy.
But yeah, she Moira Kelly seems like, I think in this scene she does her best Lara Flynn Boyle impression. I could,
Really?
yeah, she's like the way she speaks as Donna. I could see the most Donna from the series in this scene. But
I didn't see it. I thought she was so, like, it was kind of a sweet scene. I thought it kind of makes you want to be, like, makes you want to be friends with Donna, because she's, she's
Donna?
such a good friend to Laura.
And then slap Laura for being a dick.
I like that coming out of Caitlin. Least likely person to say that.
And you don't know that the rest of those Hayward kids are getting any muffins.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about them.
I like.
She's like, I put 7 whatever berries they were
Huckleberries.
buckleberries in each muffin, apart from the ones for the other children. They got none. That's why you have extra.
They get the crumbs from the dustpan in the evening.
But yeah.
I hate the word huckleberry. Please, everyone just stop saying huckleberry.
What is a huckleberry exactly?
Don't say it.
Huckleberry.
Is it like a black?
It's a berry. They're found in the mountains. Yeah, come visit the Rocky Mountains sometime and we'll have some huckleberry pie.
Okay.
Guys, that is Mrs. Hayward's life. That's what she has to get excited about in her life.
That is really sad.
I want you to know I put 7 huckleberries in these muffins.
But Donna was like, hey, come over here, Mom. I want some muffins right now.
Yeah. We also get Donna, she admits that she's uptight, and she doesn't like being uptight, so I just picture her saying, like, oh, I hate being uptight. Give me your glasses.
Yeah.
Your friend's a coke whore.
She wants to try sex. Doesn't care with who, it seems.
Mike. Because Mike's a man.
Mm-hmm. And the doc is trying out his magic, and it fails, and that's probably when he turns to murder, when his magic.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wrote down here, nothing impresses your teenage daughter's friends more than stage magic.
Yes.
I thought the bit where he did the little speech there about the angels was quite sweet.
That was. That's another scene I really wish they kept in, because it would have paid off big time at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe that's another reason why Laura is friends with Donna, is because, I don't know, she just finds them more of a home and family when she's hanging out with, because Doc Hayward seems to love her like a daughter too.
Yeah.
He loves her like a daughter more than he loves his other 2 daughters that are his actual.
True enough.
Yeah.
What's creepy is you really get the feeling, like, from the scene when she's leaving, that, like, everybody knows. Everybody knows messed up stuff is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the feeling that I got too. I was like, how much do these people know? Because they obviously know something is wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Bobby yells at them all at the funeral, isn't it? Where he's like, you know, we all knew she was in trouble.
Right.
But how much do they know? That's what I want to know. Like, do they know that her father's abusing her? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well,
Well, if
also,
they do,
you know
they're
when.
terrible people.
Oh yeah.
And they
Did
don't
you,
seem to
like-
care enough to ask outright.
Yeah, exactly.
They know something's wrong, but they don't care enough to say, Laura, tell us exactly what's going on.
well, Donna was asking and she didn't want to say.
Here's
so-
the number for the kids' help phone.
Yeah, but of course she's not going to want to say, but you have to get it out of her.
Yeah. Yep.
When Laura's sitting on the sofa and it's her and Donna talking, and then Doc Hayward appears for the first time, like Laura hears a voice and turns around like really freaked out, and I was like, oh, that's very telling. Like, you know.
That's the same corner Bob comes from in the series.
Ah!
Then we go to Coop in the Black Lodge. So I think it's Scott from the Red Room podcast had a theory about Coop's appearance in these scenes. He says he mentioned that Coop's got 2 different hairstyles. It's like beginning of the series Coop and end of the series Coop. Beginning of the series Coop, his hair is parted to the side, and end of the series Coop, his hair is slicked straight back. And you can notice in this scene his hair is parted to the side. The next time we see him, when the ring is gone, it's slicked straight back. So it's like this Coop is like maybe Cooper dreaming of this, or it's just Laura dreaming of Cooper or whatever. And then the one at the end, it's like the actual Coop who's actually trapped in the lodge forever or whatever. So yeah, I never noticed the hair, but then after I heard that little tidbit, I went back and 2 different hairstyles.
What does it mean?
Oh.
That's cool.
What do you guys? Anything else about this
I
scene?
don't think I've got anything for this scene.
No.
I don't know. He just runs his hand over the ring and makes this electricity sound, and he.
Oh, I wrote that the footsteps are super loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
It does sound like they're walking on suction cups.
Yeah. So then we go to Bob speaks through Laura.
Oh, I love this scene. Oh, I love it.
This is the fans.
Although when the camera starts zooming in on the fan, I was expecting to see little bob eyes appear in the little holes in the fan, and it didn't. But I kind of was really expecting it to, like a little eye to just appear, maybe do a little cheeky wink. But there wasn't anything.
Or like owl eyes just staring.
Yeah.
Or an actual owl, like on the fan blade going around and around.
I love this though. It was so creepy, and I think I love it because it shows that you can do stuff that's so creepy, and there's like no special effects and no makeup and no CGI. You know what I mean? It's just literally a creepy face, but I found it so creepy. I love it.
Friggin' creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would have ever thought to use a ceiling fan for horror like this?
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Love it. It reminds me of the it reminds me of like the Joker, you know, from the original Batman, but also the scene in Carnival. You know, the one where there's the maid that Justin had been abusing. Yeah, Celeste. And then she goes up to see her, and she sits up, and her face has just got that grin on it.
Oh god, that was so creepy.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah.
Oh, I had forgotten about that. Thanks.
You're welcome, Mel.
Nightmares tonight.
Bob says, I want to taste through your mouth.
No.
That's disturbing.
So he's inside of her?
He's trying to possess her through the fan or something. It looks like. Yeah, he almost made it if her mom didn't walk in.
Or hypnotize her
Yeah.
until he can lower her defenses and then get inside of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when Sarah appears, we get the whole thing with like the jumper, but I thought it was interesting that Sarah says it's happening again. Because obviously that's what the giant tells Cooper, the whole thing of when Maddie's killed, it is happening again. I just thought it was like an interesting line, to give her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening again? You're going crazy again? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we cut to a shot.
Oh, sorry, I've just remembered something else. Sorry. Another thing I noticed is that when they're at the dinner scene, I think they're drinking wine, Leland and Sarah, but Laura's drinking milk.
Oh, yeah.
And I wondered if that was like a thing because it's like, Leyland gives Sarah the milk it's almost like when he's going to, be Bob or whatever and go and have some time with Laura, so to speak. And then you have the bit where he's making her drink the milk. So I wondered if that was like a thing that he does the same thing to Laura.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But he could probably, spike any drink he wants. But...
Yeah, I don't know. I just noticed it. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
It's probably just that because she's not 21.
We know how Brother Justin felt about milk. Another callback.
Yeah.
Now, in the series, when Leland dies in the sheriff's station, doesn't he say that when he was a child, that's when Bob came to him?
Mm-hmm.
So presumably he married Sarah, and they were together for a long time. Well, before Laura came along and became an adult. So during that time period, did Bob ever possess him? Is that when she's saying it's happening again, like your father is up to something?
I don't know. I thought her "it's happening again" was referring to like she had some sort of memory loss or whatever. Like, because she's like, "Where's that sweater?" And Laura's like, "You're wearing it." And then she's like, "Oh, what's happening again?" Like I thought she was just...
Yeah, because I think it stems from her being confused from being drugged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That makes more sense.
That's what I thought.
Because I was wondering if she had perhaps known what was going on and was therefore kind of an accomplice to what was happening to her daughter.
I'm sure she has suspicions.
Yeah.
So the next one's called Sunday at the Johnsons. And I never knew what this random shot of the church was until I looked at the titles for the scenes. I was like, who's in this shot? There's nobody. Why is this church shot here?
It's just to show that the Johnsons don't go to church.
Yeah, but if you just watch it straight through, you don't know it's connected to the next scene. You're just like, why is that church there? But
when the church appeared, when I watched these the first time, I thought maybe there was going to be like a scene of the Briggses going to church because they're like the most religious ones.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, it's the Johnsons. What? Yeah.
It's just showing contrast, I guess. Yeah. This is where the Johnsons are on Sunday morning. So this is just an extended scene of what's already in the movie. You just get more Leo monologue.
What do you guys?
I don't know why, but when Leo does the line that's in the film anyway, where he's like, "I'm not fooling around," it just makes me laugh every time. His delivery, it's so over the top.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
But I mean, he's really not fooling around because just think about it. He took out like a part of the walls and some of the windows to get the house clean and put plastic in his place. I mean, he's serious about cleaning.
He's totally high. He's totally like, you guys seen Breaking Bad where they trick that like junkie into like digging the holes in the ground just by mentioning like, there might be something in the ground here. He just compulsively digs holes. Leo's trying to clean under the surface.
But it's obviously a metaphor for Twin Peaks itself. Because the dirt is under the surface. You just have to go deeper. Oh, it's so deep.
Drug addicts are very industrious. Gots to get the medicines.
Yeah. The next scene is Smash Up, which is Ed and Norma getting drunk in a truck.
Yeah, this was cute. And they listen to sycamore trees.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Harry gave Ed a breathalyzer. Ed's probably a serial drunk driver. Ed, I think you need this.
You gotta stop.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything to say about these two?
Oh, it was cute.
It was a sweet scene, yeah. Kind of sad.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of drunk driving, the next scene is The Power and the Glory.
God. These are the
That guy's the most focused drunk driver ever.
Yeah. Not except for the fact that he gets faster with every kilometer.
Yeah. Yeah.
These
I
are
don't
the
know I wrote
grossest,
anything for that one.
these are the grossest people. Like, seriously.
Yeah. Donna refuses the drugs.
Drunk, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there's so many log trucks in a row that go by.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote. I wrote trucks carrying logs alert, or whatever.
What's your final count for Trunks?
I lost count.
Aw.
If I do a rewatch, I will count trucks with logs driving past.
Brad, did you like the sign that was the Canada and US of yeah.
US of fucking A.
Yeah. Did you like it, Brad?
Brad is turning into a wolf right now.
Yeah, there was
no.
Do you hear the dog? He was whining, and then I think Brad took him out.
And Brad's
is that
got silent because he now is the dog. Oh no.
Brad is the shaggy dog. Should we stop and wait for him to come back?
We can stop.
I don't know.
Sure.
I just wrote down a bunch of strangers with candy quotes.
Are you rewatching it?
Not yet.
You just know them by heart?
Sort of. Lots of snorting.
Snorting?
Snorting.
Huh.
I can't smoke one stick of pot or take one needle of coke.
Can't take a needle of coke. Do people do coke in needles? I don't know.
I guess I don't know.
I'm so square.
Yeah, I thought that was heroin.
I still don't know too. Like when they're like they keep tasting the Coke, and I'm like, what does it taste like? Like people keep tasting it, like putting it in their mouth. I'm like, why?
Yeah, what is it meant to taste like?
Yeah, like is it
like how does he know that that's baby laxative? How does he know what that tastes like?
Baby laxative tastes like? Like how do people know this?
He could just feel it in his gut, just start with that.
Oh.
Feel the rumble.
Yeah.
Well, if you watch the some of the behind the scenes stuff, he talks about it that it's baby powder, which makes a lot more sense because you could taste baby powder.
That would taste
baby laxative. I don't know what that would taste like.
It tastes so gross though.
Yeah.
If you had
He's really a connoisseur of baby products.
Brad's back!
Yay!
Yay! He's no longer a were-dog.
Woven times were upon me.
Claire, what did you want to ask Brad?
I wanted to ask Brad if he liked the sign in the place that said Canada and US of fucking A.
Ugh. Worst.
I was like, I'm going to get one of them for Brad so he can put it on his wall.
Thank you.
I thought it was going to end at fucking. I thought it was just going to be the US of fucking.
Yep.
Yeah, that dude was the worst though. Like peeing in a public place and littering and drunk driving. It's just so gross.
The next scene is Fire Walk With Me, which is Mike shirtless in a room with some candles.
We got this reenacted for us 2 years ago at the UK Twin Peaks Festival.
Ooh, awesome.
He had a load of candles and he put them all out and he reenacted it. It was really cool and we all had to chant Fire Walk With Me along with him. It was
You had
awesome.
to imagine it backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it was cool because at the time he was talking about, there was this scene that we filmed and it'll probably never be seen and for the film and this is what happened and blah 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 blah, and now we're seeing it. It's like, oh, cool.
Yeah, that is fun.
Yeah, it's a neat visual. The next one is Party Girl. For some reason, all these scenes seem to be in chronological order, but except for this, we're jumping back to the beginning with Teresa.
Yeah.
Although maybe this was.
I didn't notice.
Maybe this would have been. This might have been inserted, in the scene where they stop. They get yelled at by Mike.
Oh yeah,
and then he stops.
Yeah,
he has those
he imagines
flashbacks.
it.
That's probably where this probably would have been. If I had to guess why they didn't put it in chronological order. So did Teresa get herself killed through trying to blackmail Leland, or was it the ring? Because I always assumed it was the ring. Whoever wears the ring, Bob kills them.
Maybe he gave her the ring and then he killed her.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill you, but will you?
But she knows she
this
has
on
the
first.
ring.
She did have the ring. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I don't know.
But maybe it predestined her to do this and for her to get killed.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know how the ring works. So.
Yeah.
All I know is that Teresa Banks looks about 40 and not 17.
Yeah, in close-ups, kind of.
She's supposed to be 17?
Yeah.
No.
It's a rough 17.
Well, she's led that kind of life for a while, probably. Lynch used the a demo tape version of Laura Palmer's theme in one of these scenes here. There's not much music in these deleted scenes, but Lynch did, sit down and curate these into a little mini movie, and he edited them together just the way he wanted them, and he put some music in and stuff. But So he probably just pulled that out of his archive because they had recently released all the music, so he had a bunch of stuff he could use. Teresa's asking Jacques about Ronette and Laura's fathers. And Leland is described as real handsome, like a movie star.
Yeah, I was like, really?
Yeah,
I love Ray Wise, but I wouldn't have said, oh, he's a movie star.
Yeah. And he doesn't have black hair either.
Yeah.
Brown, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think of Leland calling Teresa to meet up with her? What did you guys think of that? I know.
He's like, I love your photo.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, it's just weird to see Leland like this because you don't see him like this ever.
Well, is this Leland or is it Bob?
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
I assume it's Bob. I don't know.
You think? But I think Leland also was kind of cheating on his wife, so...
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
So this scene is entirely new, right?
Yes.
Because I think we could have actually used some of this in the movie to make the two halves of the film seem more connected.
Mm-hmm.
So that, because I always felt like the first half and the investigation into Teresa Banks, and then the second half with Leland and Laura felt like two separate movies.
Mm-hmm.
So if we had this scene, perhaps we would have been more cohesive.
Yeah. I mean, we got a little bit of stuff in that flashback at the right after he gets yelled at by Mike in the RV, but yeah, I don't know if it would have fit better in between the two or not. So the next one is Don't Forget / Laura's Stash.
Don't forget
Johnny Horn's birthday.
Yeah. I wish we saw Johnny Horn's birthday, because then we probably would have seen Audrey as well.
Aw.
Even though we got these missing scenes, we're still sorely lacking the
Ben and...
the horns. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one day David Lynch will release his super special Missing Pieces edition. I don't know. Do a George Lucas.
Well, was it in the script? Do you know what happens at Johnny Horn's birthday?
No, I just know it was either in the script or it was definitely in the script or it was filmed. I know there was some stuff that was in the script that was never filmed, and but I just get it mixed up as to which was which. But yeah, it's definitely scripted and due to be in the film, because I'm pretty sure that's where you would have seen the horns. At least. Yeah.
So besides that, we also get her writing in her diary, which is
taking the last of the Coke.
Yeah. So we got this. It's the same diary we see in the pilot that Cooper popped open. I wonder if that lamp that she kept the key under is actually in the pilot or not.
It's not a
I
lamp.
don't remember seeing it.
It's not a lamp?
It's the bedpost.
No.
Is it?
I thought so.
No, it's a lamp.
It's like
But she always kept everything under her bedpost or something.
Yeah, in the book I think she did.
Yeah.
But in this scene she lifts up that green lamp and she pulls the key out from underneath.
Whatever. I just thought it was a bedpost.
Yeah, I think it was a bedpost as well.
Yeah, I think it was in the book. Then the next scene is Bernie the Mule. So this is our scene with all the sheriff and the deputy.
I was so happy to see Hawk.
Yeah.
I love the fact that this scene opens, okay, they walk in the room, Hawk and Andy walk in the room, and Harry is sitting there staring into space doing nothing, as usual. And at the end of the scene, who is it that goes and does the investigating? It's Hawk. Yep. And what does Harry proceed to do? Sit there staring into space doing nothing.
I felt like maybe there was some weird tension between Andy and Truman. Like, it felt like maybe Truman had, come on to Andy somehow. Weird sexual tension. Because Andy had said no.
Yeah.
Andy would have had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. It's an interesting interpretation.
There was a weird shower incident.
Yeah.
Andy's a whole damn town.
It feels like Andy and Truman just broke up. This is before Truman met his one true love. Remember, he was a different person before.
Andy just wouldn't perm his hair the way that Harry wanted him to.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if Andy and Truman got together, would he make Andy also have his hair?
Probably.
Ooh.
But in seriousness, why do we think this scene is so awkward? I have no idea.
I don't know.
Look at each other. That is.
I think they're just waiting for Andy's brain to process what they're gonna do.
I was just like, Harry is doing no work whatsoever. And then later, again, skipping ahead, sorry, he, like, leaves doing work to go and, like, you know, bang Josie, presumably.
Mhm.
He just is not interested in being a sheriff whatsoever.
Everyone's just acting like really bitchy in these scenes, like Truman and
It's the worst
And
living in a
Cooper.
small town, Matt. It's
well,
the
even
worst.
Cooper. He's completely pissed off by seemingly nothing in the scene with Sam. Anyways,
The plan is they're not aligning properly. Or maybe they are aligning and that's the problem.
who knows?
Yeah.
Either way, I'm still happy to see all these characters, no matter how
Yeah.
bad them. The next scene is I killed someone, which is Laura and Bobby at the locker there.
Laura's still laughing about Mike.
She's still
It's so weird, because, like, it's weird in the film anyway, when she's like, you killed Mike, you know, and she just keeps laughing, but it was just weird here as well.
Mhm. She was super high. It
Yeah.
lasted all
Yeah.
night into the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that moment of realization when it actually hits her that he killed someone.
Mm.
I like the look on her face.
Mhm.
It was like, oh.
Um,
I'm gonna go deal with some Wolven Times really quick.
okay.
Be right back.
So Matt, you what'd you think of the acting from Laura in the movie? Did you
Ooh. Hit and miss for me.
hit and miss? Okay. So you
Hit and
didn't
miss. Sometimes it was okay. Sometimes I thought, oh, she's really into it and she's really giving a brave performance. And sometimes it was so over the top.
Yeah, I agree. There's certain scenes where it did seem over the top.
Agreed.
She still, like, when she does a good job, though, she does a really good job.
Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know. I think Lynch should have reined her in a little bit.
Mm.
Maybe he gave his actress just too much freedom.
Well, I was wondering if it was the dialogue partly, because some of the dialogue tends to be hammy a little.
The script is very thrown together, and he had kind of ideas on the set about who he should put in the movie, and yeah.
Like the like in the movie there, the gobble gobble part, that's just kind of...
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah.
I can't do Meals on Wheels today. I just can't.
She invented Meals on Wheels. Let's not forget.
But yeah, other times, like, I think Ray Wise does describe it, like you said, as a brave performance, and there are certain moments in the movie where it would be tough doing those scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Putting yourself in that situation, in that mindset.
Yeah.
Actors always say that it's hard to act drunk, so I imagine it's difficult to act high, too.
Yeah, I think she did a good job in the nighttime scene where she was supposed to be high and she was just laughing hysterically. That was believable to me. I can't make myself fake laugh that convincingly. We have fun. You guys can. Stop running. I'm just laughing at it. I go take my shitty acting somewhere else.
You should go leave and fake cry, Matt.
Okay, yeah. I can cry with the best of them.
Yeah.
The next scene is that was great, by the way.
When they were in the basement, and she goes, "We can't snort baby laxative."
Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah. Baby laxative is the next scene. Bobby in the woods with his car.
Throwing around baby laxative.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
We took that spot is just a little nature hike away from the picnic spot where all those other scenes were shot. It's all at like this one central location in Olali State Park.
Did you go out there and throw baby powder around?
Oh, I hadn't seen this scene at the time.
So
next year,
time we're gonna go to the drugstore and buy baby
Yay! Let's do
plastic
it.
bag and then just throw it around.
we're gonna have a big laxative throwing party.
But not before tasting it.
Yeah. We should get some cocaine too and compare and contrast the taste.
Oh my god, have it all in little bowls and just like taste test.
Is this one cocaine?
Can you tell
or baby laxative? Yeah.
Oh, this one's definitely cocaine.
We're always,
This one's definitely cocaine.
do you know what? We're always looking for new games to do at the Twin Peaks Festival in the UK because we do like the Tibetan Rock Throw. Last year I suggested carving smoked cheese pigs out of smoked cheese, but we didn't do that. This year I'm going to suggest that we just do taste tests of cocaine and baby powder, and then throw baby powder around.
It's the Pepsi challenge. The next scene is Send Me a Kiss,
Oh jeez.
where
Oh yeah.
Jacoby is being an obsessive creeper.
This is so gross. And why does he have it? Like the camera lingers over that statue. I'm assuming it's a statue on his floor, and it's just mermaid boobs. It's just like, oh, such a creep.
Yeah, I like how he's got the drink on the TV tray.
Yeah,
This totally puts a whole new perspective on their relationship, though.
Yeah,
that does.
because you didn't know she was so disgusted by him.
Like, I didn't realize that.
Or maybe she just wasn't in the mood tonight, I don't know.
I don't know. I think she just wasn't impressed. She's, like, just annoyed with him. She's like,
made
alright,
you.
it was fun at first, but now it's getting annoying
Yeah.
and creepy.
I already made you like 14 tapes. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because their tapes to him were quite flirty.
Mm.
It wasn't like her being like, oh, I've got to do this tape. You know, they were quite
Yeah, so she was having fun with
seductive. Yeah.
Maybe she just did, she just had better, like, more pressing things to think about that evening, I guess.
She was running out of coke.
Yeah.
Next scene is asparagus. We get to
I like
see
that we get the callback, yeah.
Yeah, we get
the
to see-
diary entry.
the meal of asparagus.
It's probably because it was overcooked. That's why she didn't like it. If you don't cook asparagus properly, it's disgusting.
And it makes your pee smell as well.
It's true, but asparagus can be delicious, Laura. Trust me.
Yes, it can.
That's all I have for that scene.
Okay.
Well, Leland/Bob is out. I wonder what he's doing
Oh,
at this time.
this is also the scene.
Probably
Sorry,
with
Matt,
Teresa.
but this is the random lemon scene.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm looking at the lemon now.
Why is it there, Brad? Why?
Because because the family relationship is souring.
Oh,
Ah.
I like it.
So she leaves Sarah there to smoke and drink alone.
I bet you that house smells really bad.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
It did have some creepy yellow stains on it when we were there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
On the
Just where
outside.
the Bob went.
Just the window where Bob had slimed his way in.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next scene is Bobby and Laura in the basement, and we get to see the Briggs family having a rollicking good time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy.
Let's just come here, good wife. Just sit and listen to me recite the Bible.
I feel now X-Files has made me like Major Briggs less now. And now I see this scene, I'm like, that fucking dude.
I still.
Surprised he's not reading Moby Dick. I mean, come on.
Oh, seriously.
I wrote, that cocksucker is still reading his Bible, and Mrs. Cocksucker is enraptured. I've also been watching a lot of Deadwood.
Is he in that?
Yeah.
No,
You're just they just
thought he was.
throw that word around.
my phrasing.
Yeah.
I just hate it. They're just reading the Bible. That's what they do for fun?
Maybe.
She even is
No
doing
wonder his
like
son
some
is so
embroidery or
messed up.
something. Yeah, exactly. Isn't she like embroidering or something? And
She's
she even
sewing
stops.
or knitting or something.
But she stops doing that to listen to him reading the Bible.
Oh,
Because that is more interesting than doing her knitting. Oh, no.
this house is just straight up snoozeville.
I hate these people.
Bobby needs a sibling. That's what he needed.
Yeah.
Anyways, did you guys notice the blue rose in the corner?
No, I
Like
did
the
not.
wooden blue rose?
I did not.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I wonder if
But it was
the
more like a tulip, but whatever. I figured it was a rose. Whatever.
Do you notice the blue rose? Well, it's a tulip, but close enough.
and it was red.
It was blue.
Oh, yeah.
Is he reading from Revelation?
I'm not
It's
sure.
sort
Yeah,
of like
he is.
he might be
Yeah, I was wondering
Yeah.
if it was significant.
cheerful.
He's like
It's even worse.
reading about beasts and such.
I thought it was interesting that he was doing that. I thought
Oh,
it
it's-
made it like an interesting kind of.
It's very theatric.
Yeah.
Um.
It's just interesting pastimes.
So yeah, then down in the basement, it's just like an extended scene that's already in the movie. When Bobby realizes she doesn't love him, she just loves the coke. We see Bobby do some coke. This is the only time we ever see him do drugs, I think. I guess it's just out of sorrow.
Aww.
So what do the actors actually snort, I wonder?
I will ask them at the festival. They're both
Good
going
question.
to it. Do you want me to ask them?
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
Please.
Post it on the Facebook group when you find out.
It was real coke.
The next
That's what they'll say, and I'll be shocked.
And I like how Major Briggs says to Bobby, put out that cigarette. And he just doesn't listen.
Yeah.
I know.
I wanted him to smack him in the face and have the cigarette land in something as funny as meatloaf. Next
He lets his son get away with everything.
Oh, I know. That's why he's such a little bastard. The next scene is Goodnight Lucy. So
Oh, this is a weird scene.
it is. It plays.
But because why are they sitting in the interrogation room listening to the radio when they say that the interrogation room is downstairs, so therefore it's underground? So wouldn't it have a worse worse reception than if they did it on the ground floor in, like, say, the room that Truman was sitting in staring into space earlier?
Well, this is the room where Truman holds Andy hostage whenever he wants to have his way with him. It's the dungeon.
Oh no! It's also the room with the creepy stains on the wall.
Yep.
Ah!
I think those got there.
Oh, gross. No, Matt. No, that's
Oh.
not.
But, yeah, so they're listening to hear from Hawk, who's following Bernie, I guess.
Who's doing some work? Yeah.
Exactly.
He's doing work.
They're just sitting there listening. Great.
We're
Well
just
done.
sitting here waiting for Hawk to do things.
So they get another call about a prowler, possibly, up near Josie's place, I guess, which is Truman's excuse to go for some,
And apparently he would have taken his guitar and sung her a little song.
Aw, that's where that would have been, you think?
I think so, yeah. Because it's the only real time we get a hint in the script that he's off to Josie, so I think it would have been that.
Yeah. So he leaves Andy down there, and Lucy, I think this is how it goes, Lucy thinks that they're still down there and she's still talking to them, and then she's startled when he comes up,
Yeah.
and then he leaves, and she's still talking to somebody down there, but she doesn't know who, and Andy, meanwhile, has left because he heard her scream, so they run into each other, I guess. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
This scene hilarious.
Okay.
So dumb.
Yeah,
I like these characters, and they're kind of stupid in the show, but they're endearingly stupid. And here they're just dumb. Like, how did
It's
you get
just
upstairs? He walked upstairs, Lucy.
Yeah. Yeah, the story that Kimmy Robertson, or Lucy's telling here, is one from Kimmy Robertson's real life about her aunt who fed the raccoons albacore tuna, and then she couldn't get rid of them. And this story actually got cut from Twin Peaks twice. It got cut from this movie, and it was also in the pilot of the show. And if you watch the pilot deleted scenes,
yeah.
she says the same story. It got cut twice. So the next scene is one of the ones I think for sure should have still been in the movie.
yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Waiting for James.
This is so creepy.
Just terrifying.
That is.
And all he's doing is walking up some stairs and looking at the bushes.
But he's walking like a robot.
Mm-hmm.
It's even creepy the way he's walking, you know? And then when he just looks at he's so good at doing the stare. It's so good. I love it.
Do you think he actually saw her? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
It'd be hard to miss the light on her blonde hair like that. I don't know.
It looked like he saw her,
Yeah.
but I couldn't
In the
figure
movie,
out why
though,
he
isn't-
wouldn't go toward her.
Mm-hmm.
In the movie, isn't there the bit where we get the scene where he looks out the window because he's seen her leave? I'm just trying to think when that is in the
Yeah, that's right after
normal movie. So yeah, because I was expecting it to cut to that. So I think he did see her.
Yeah. Well, even if he didn't see her, he would have heard that motorcycle leaving.
Well, this is the night that she died. So
Yeah.
he must have known that she went because for him to have followed her to the train car to kill her or to pick her up from the cabin.
Yeah. The next scene is Screams in the Night, and it's just a tiny scene with a log lady hearing Laura dying, basically.
Aww.
And apparently the script, I think, called... I don't know if they filmed this, but apparently it originally called for the log lady to howl at the moon.
Oh.
And I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah.
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 It was in the back of the scene. I don't know if you've got it up on your screen, Brad. To the left, it looks like there's a reflection of someone in a mirror or a window or something. Can you see that?
Hold on.
There's like a mirror or a window, and it just looks like there's a figure, like a reflection.
Yes, I saw that. I remember seeing that too.
Yeah, it was weird. I was just trying to work out who it could have been, but I don't know. It almost looked like it could be Cooper or someone.
Oh, you think it's intentional? It's not a mistake?
I don't know. I don't know, but it was kind of cool.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's just like something in the window.
It might be. I'm noticing weird things all over the place, like lemons and reflections and.
The reflection of a lemon.
The reflection
Could be.
of a
It could
sad
be the
lonely
reflection
lemon.
of a lemon.
Oh,
What does
no.
it mean?
Much like
Lemon.
Josie got trapped in the chest of drawers, the lemon got trapped in that mirror.
Maybe the lemon is Judy.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Chet Desmond got trapped in a lemon.
It is. Yeah.
He's in the Palmer's house now going, help me! I'm FBI!
There's just like a face drawn with like a Sharpie on the.
Did that lemon say something?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
weird.
I put like little like legs, like little toothpick legs in it.
Oh.
Did you give it like a little quiff of hair, like Chris Isaac has?
A little t-shirt.
Oh. And then Sheriff Cable comes back for his revenge while he's a lemon.
Guess who's having lemonade tonight?
Oh, yes. This will be on the next Blu-ray release.
Definitely.
Guaranteed.
We figured it out. The next scene is Lonesome Foghorn Blows, and it's just a body floating in the water near the...
Blowing air bubbles.
And yeah, I noticed air bubbles come up.
Oh, really?
I don't know if
It was gases escaping from the dead body.
I was gonna say...
Oh, Caitlin.
I don't know if it's like an actual person in the water, if it's a prop, but either way, there's air bubbles that come up as it's panning up. Brad, do you see the air bubbles come up near the face?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't hold my breath much longer, guys. And then we go to the epilogue.
Yay!
And
This, I actually cried when I watched this because it's the one that is the most like if we were to get a continuation of Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Because you have what happened in the bathroom, after.
Yeah.
And I got really choked up watching it, and I did cry.
I didn't cry, but I got chills when it was
Yeah.
zooming in on Glastonbury Grove.
Yeah.
And it said several months later, I realized what was about to happen. I was like, oh my god. Like,
Oh, it's so good.
did you know these scenes were in this? Did you know?
I knew that there was a scene, but I didn't know if they'd filmed it or not. But I knew it was scripted that of Annie in the hospital, and I knew that the nurse stole the ring.
Yeah.
And I think I knew something about the bit about Cooper saying it struck me as funny. I definitely knew that before I saw this, so I've read it somewhere that it's in the script or it's whatever.
Mhm.
But so I knew what would happen with Annie, but I never. I mean, the thing is, like after the film, I knew about some of these things, but I never thought I would see them.
Yeah.
But I honestly never thought that these would be released just because of all the reasons, and that Lynch had kind of seemed to have lost interest in Twin Peaks. And so just to see it, and for it to be like some months later, and like the bit where you go to the bathroom after the How's Annie, it was just amazing.
Yeah. Brad and Caitlin, what'd you think of this?
I mean, I think the thing is that because by the time we saw it, I feel like I don't know, we were getting emails, but we were kind of aware of all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, it wasn't a huge surprise. Because it's also been a little while, so I'm not even remembering like what we've read about, what people have told us.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed a bit more of like the details and stuff,
Mhm.
and it was nice to see. But I kind of almost enjoyed a lot more of like the other deleted scenes that were a little bit more disconnected,
Mhm.
that didn't relate so much. Like I actually really enjoyed the above the convenience store scene.
Yeah.
So Matt, how'd you feel about this? Having just basically been so fresh, you got to the end of the series and then basically you got to continue right on with it. You didn't have to wait 25 years to see a few more moments.
Right.
So it probably didn't feel that big to you, I guess, maybe.
I guess the revelation that Annie made it out of the woods okay, and that she was still alive. And I had seen that screenshot of her in that stretcher,
Yeah.
like all over the internet, and I didn't know where that fit into anything. So finally being able to see that and put that into context was actually a pretty big moment for me.
Mhm.
And I got the impression when she was in the bed and she was speaking, what does she say? She says something like, the good Dale is in the lodge and he can't leave. Write it in your diary. And in the movie, she says that she was in Laura's bed. So I got the impression that she like astral projects into Laura's bedroom. And I thought that was really cool. And so I'm really glad that I saw these scenes that kind of felt like a continuation of the show. I think they could have probably put this in, not in the movie because it wouldn't have made sense in the context of the movie, but maybe like after the credits had rolled, they could have put that in as a little tease.
Yeah, maybe.
It would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, I have no idea where this fits in the movie. Like, is it supposed to be at the end of the movie to kind of set up the sequel to the movie, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, it's. I know it's in the script. I've never actually read the script, so you could probably find out from if you read that. I just know from people saying, bits that were in the script that weren't in the movie. I'm not sure.
Well, while we were in the Salish watching this, as soon as this happened, Mel watched this entire thing with her mouth covered because she was like, she was breathless.
Yeah, and after it was all over, I was like, man, that was so sexy. It was awesome. Like, I just loved it. That was what I was waiting for. I was like so excited. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, we get Cooper back at the desk with the little man from another place, and the ring is gone this time, and his hair is slicked straight back as opposed to on the side. And it's just his face after, he realizes he's stuck there forever.
Oh, I know.
It's a much more sad ending than the film is now, because the film, even though it's obviously sad because it ends with like Laura getting killed, it's a much more hopeful ending.
Yeah.
Because she's there with Cooper. So even though I guess he finds out at this point that he's stuck in the lodge, like maybe after that it would have been the ending from the film that we did get, where it's him and Laura. So even though he's stuck, he's kind of with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
It's hard to tell because time is not linear in the lodge.
Yeah.
So at any moment, Cooper could be happy because Laura is like escaping or ascending with the angel, or he could be tormented, or he could not be in the lodge, or he could be in the lodge, or all at the same time, or not at all. And
yeah, when Annie was going through her monologue there, that's an astral projecting. Like she was sending that back to the past, because Laura's dead by that point, but she saw that. Laura saw that in her dream.
Yeah.
Is the little man evil? Like, I still don't know.
I'm pretty sure he is.
He's laughing and dancing, and the music breaks down. I like that part. But
there's a scene earlier, which I think might be the scene in the convenience store, where he almost looks a bit tearful, like, or regretful.
Yeah.
I can't remember what scene it was, but
yeah, it's at the end, like.
Which was weird.
Yeah, like he kind of gets that look pass over his face.
It looks like somebody just poked him with something cold. I don't know.
Aww.
No, it just looked like he realized something. Or something just struck him.
Yeah. It struck him as funny, Mel.
Yeah, but for the longest time, we thought How's Annie was the end of this show. And it was for 25 years. And then now it's this forever instead of...
Yeah.
Now it struck me as funny, not How's Annie.
No, it's but I haven't brushed my teeth yet.
Oh, right. I haven't brushed.
Yes, that's the final line.
Yeah, right. Although, rumors. We've all seen the rumors, right?
Yeah.
Well, David Lynch and Mark Frost apparently, they both tweeted at the exact same time, the exact same thing a couple days ago. They tweeted that gum you like is going to come back in style. #DamnGoodCoffee. And
I have a theory.
Okay.
My theory is that they, like so many people, don't want the Twin Peaks podcast to end. And so they're like, oh crap, we have to create new content for them to cover.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. But on a Facebook thread about this, Harley Payton also piped up, one of the writers of the show, and he said, "You will not be disappointed again." So it's another thing. And rumors are going around that there's an announcement tomorrow, actually. So we might know by the time this comes up what's actually happening. But rumors are, I've heard 8-part series on Showtime is what I've heard. Miniseries.
Wow.
So that would be crazy if that happened.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
It might be amazing. It might be disappointing.
But if it is,
I'm not holding out much.
If it
hope.
is a set miniseries with no.
Yeah, that'd be the best way to do it.
Yeah, you don't want it to overstay its welcome again, right?
Yeah.
You could write exactly what you want and have it just be that and finish it out properly.
Yeah.
Everyone could have closure. It'd be great, hopefully.
If we get in the same year a new Twin Peaks series and a Daredevil TV series, I honestly don't know how I'm gonna cope, guys.
Your head's gonna
We'll get the
explode.
smelling salts.
I seriously will, because I'm already freaking out over the fact that we got the Blu-rays and I'm getting a Daredevil TV series. If they then go, oh, we also do the Twin Peaks TV series, I'm going to seriously start questioning whether I am some kind of all-powerful genie that has control of reality. Because it's like all my dreams coming true.
Yeah.
2015, the year of Claire.
Everything's coming up, Claire. So
We didn't talk about the nurse that stole Annie's ring.
What about?
Yeah.
It's just
What a bitch.
what a bitch.
That ain't your ring.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, okay, so we don't really know exactly how this ring works. Is the ring going to protect Annie, or is it marking her for death?
I think it marks you for death.
So this nurse is just killing herself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coop's gonna kill
So-
her, most likely, I would imagine.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I wish we could see that scene of him like stalking the nurse and like killing her.
Hmm.
I kind of wish we could get
Stealing
that.
jewelry off coma patients. She's the worst human.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. She's like,
And it's an ugly ring. Come on, you don't want. Why are you gonna wear that ring?
Hey, just because she took it off her hand and put it on her hand doesn't mean she's not going to put it back.
Mhm. Oh yeah, maybe.
He's not putting it back.
Oh, that's even weirder.
Exactly.
Borrowing jewelry from a coma patient.
I'm just taking this for today and I'll.
Well, she thinks, oh, that's pretty. Then she puts it on and she goes, no, not really. I'll put it back.
So do we have any more notes about the missing pieces?
Yes, I like when Cooper is like, oh shit, they're gonna come in, and then he lays on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like it the way he said, he was like, I slipped and I hit my head against the mirror. The glass fell down or something when I hit it. He said something really weird, do you know what I mean? Like,
So great.
Yes.
So great.
and also, Doc Hayward is the worst doctor ever. We knew this already, but here's more proof. He's like, you're going straight back to bed. No, he possibly has a concussion. He's going to hospital.
Yeah, I know.
You don't send someone who's just had a concussion to go, okay, you go and sleep now, because they might not wake up.
Really
Yeah.
bad.
That's true. I forgot about that.
He does like killing people, so there you go.
Yeah.
He did just kill Ben Horn, so
Possibly.
yeah.
Yeah, literally just a few minutes ago, he killed Ben Horn.
I forgot.
They never did mention that when Dr. Hayward was in the room. They never did mention what happened to that scene. Like, you know,
Yeah.
that was
Under the rug, swept under the rug.
He's Ben Horn is in one of the unmarked graves behind the Hayward house with all the other kids.
No, I pictured him literally trying to sweep Ben Horn's body under the rug.
just like a big lumpy rug.
And then Mrs. Hayward's trying to do her wheelchair over the rug, and it's like up a little bit.
It's just muffins everywhere.
I need a ramp in my own home now.
Oh my god, they build a ramp over the body.
Oh man. All right, so we want to rate the missing pieces. Did you guys come
I
prepared?
will rate first if possible, because then I need to go to bed.
Okay.
All right.
10 out of 10 mystery lemons.
It all hinges on that.
It
Ellen.
does.
So why 10 out of 10? There was nothing you didn't like?
There was nothing I didn't like. No, I mean, there was some scenes where you're like, okay, I get why this was cut, but it's extra Twin Peaks content from the time. I would be happy. I'm happy with that little shot of just Laura floating. Do you know what I mean? Or the shot of the church. Anything.
Mhm.
It's just more Twin Peaks that I honestly never thought I would see it in my lifetime,
Yeah.
and I did. So I'm like, yeah, 10 out of 10.
Okay. Anyone else?
And with that, I must go.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
No problem.
will.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Who's got a secret about Claire? No. Who else is ready with the rating? Do you want to go, Mel?
I can go, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10 huckleberries in a muffin. It's not perfect, but it's pretty great. I mean, yeah, there was some scenes that did drag on, like, you guys are right, but I mean, overall, I thought it was pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I agree. 9 out of 10 stick shifts you wouldn't touch.
Well,
Shouldn't touch. Yeah, I loved most of it, but the boring parts I found mostly were the Laura Palmer parts.
oh, really?
Yeah, the extra Laura Palmer stuff. I found we had enough of her in the movie already. I liked the stuff when it was the Palmers as a whole, but just more Laura stuff. Not as interesting to me. Caitlin, what about you?
I am gonna give it a 9 out of 10 as well. Baby laxative facials. I enjoyed it. Like it didn't like blow me out of the water, but it was really great to see a lot of this extra stuff. I actually enjoyed all the Laura Palmer stuff because because in the series you don't see her, but you see her in the movie, and I don't know. For me that's just like a bonus to be able to see more Laura Palmer.
You get to know a little better.
Yeah. And I really, really enjoyed seeing like more of the characters like that were in like the convenience store, and kind of like expanding the mythology a bit, and makes me, try and imagine what more there is to Bob.
Yeah.
All right, Brad, what about you?
Yeah, I liked Laura Palmer stuff for the most part. A lot of like the stuff, it was nice seeing the characters again, but there's a reason a lot of the stuff was cut. It's just unnecessary. It's stuff you kind of already know from the show. I guess it's pleasant seeing it for the most part, but a lot of it I can do without. Chet Desmond, ugh, fuck that chump. I got no need for that. I never have need for Kiefer Sutherland, ever. All of the stuff, the Black Lodge stuff was awesome. I liked the convenience store scene because it was creepy as fuck. I'll go 8 out of 10 old-fashioned Chet Desmond lemonades.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, I was not a big fan of the movie at all. Actually, I liked some of the deleted scenes more. I like seeing these characters again. I understand why their scenes were cut. They were not very compelling or necessary for the plot of the movie. Seeing David Bowie again and having that kind of that Judy arc, and that appearing in Buenos Aires. And the guy shit himself. That was amazing. It kind of made that more not coherent, but it made more sense of that little plot. I don't know. I guess I give it 7.5 out of 10 raccoons feasting on albacore tuna.
Alrighty.
There's nothing that really felt necessary in this, but I did like seeing a couple scenes.
Oh.
And the Palmer family dinner was hilarious.
Yes. Yeah, just a lot of gems in there amongst the trash that they threw out. Okay, so did anyone do quotes? Do we want to do quotes?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
Well, Mel.
No, it's all right.
If you
If
have
nobody
one, you
wants
can
to,
go.
if nobody
Just give one. If you have one, give it, and then I'll give
Oh.
one too if you don't have the same one as me.
I'd have to find them.
Okay, my favorite thing was like, "Hello, Sarah. Hello, Laura. Where's my axe? I'm hungry."
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that one. Yeah.
I like when Laura says, "What a downer you are." It's so intense.
This girl.
Yeah.
I've got Del Mibbler. International. I wanted 2x4s. Yeah.
That was awesome.
You gotta get that little yeah in there.
I like what Josie said, "Pete, it's all so complicated. I mean, we could end up in a courthouse illegally or something." What does that mean?
Yeah.
So many of these scenes just made me laugh. Like even the serious ones.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Does somebody want to do the shit my pants?
That's the one I would have done if I had written it down.
Do you want? Well, Matt can type it. I'll read it. Oh, Mr. Jeffries. Oh, the shit did come out of my ass. Where did you go? Are you a demon?
All right. Did you guys watch any extras on the Blu-rays? Those of you who have the Blu-rays?
My favorite extras were the like thematic extras where you just saw like the themes for each of the DVDs.
Oh, just the atmosphere.
I like the atmosphere ones. And my favorite is the donut one.
Yeah.
The menus were really well done.
They were, yeah.
I whenever I put in a new disc, I really looked forward to watching them.
Yeah. I think it's the same guy who did the Blade Runner Final Cut DVD or whatever, and the Star Trek remastered ones. The same guy, I think. What'd you think of the 20 years later Palmer scene with David Lynch interviewing the Palmers? It's kind of, I don't know.
Awkward.
Yeah, it was kind of odd. I don't know if it added anything. I don't think it did.
Then they watched the dining room scene.
That was nice to watch them see that for the first time.
That was nice. Yeah, I like that.
But the whole time it just seemed like Ray Wise was petitioning for another job in something. He's just like,
really
please
did.
hire me for something.
Yeah.
I'd love to work with you again, all of you.
Aww. He's very eager.
Yeah. Did you guys find the extra where Don Davis gave a tour of his home?
Yeah.
I watched like a minute of it.
Oh.
It wasn't so interesting for me.
None of those interviews were very interesting to me.
You didn't get to see his carvings
sorry.
or his
I saw
art?
that.
I saw the carvings.
His art.
Yeah. It was.
I'm gonna need a better
That
description of
was.
this.
He did some really, really good wood carvings of a fish and an Indian man and
Yeah.
he did some, you weren't impressed?
People
Yeah,
do that.
no, he's a good artist. I don't know. I just don't fangirl over him.
And
It's the only reason I would ever like watch something like that if it's someone I was just.
No,
you know.
I was really impressed that I was like when we were watching this I was like, oh my god, I didn't know he had all these talents.
I just like
It was just really, I thought it was compelling because he kind of like was talking about his life and it kind of sounded like his life was kind of like, you know, it was kind of sad for him now. 'Cause
Yeah.
his wife had left him and
because he was acting so much.
and all he really wanted to do was his art, and I thought that was kinda
He speaks
compelling.
just like the Major. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
I just thought it was uncanny how much like the character he actually is in real life. Well, did you at least see the other one where he mentioned the scene where he got shot with the dart?
No.
Okay, well,
No,
he
I didn't
mentioned
make it there.
he in a different interview he mentions that when he got shot with the dart by Wyndham Earle, on the day they filmed that, he had there's this production assistant that he'd been chummy with all day, and they were chatting and stuff and seeming to get along. And when they filmed the scene where he had to fall over after getting shot with the dart, he'd eaten chili that day or something, and he landed on the ground and he let out a big fart, and she didn't speak to him again. And he just looks so
so broken up.
so broken up, and he's like, it's like losing a member of a family or a close friend all over a fart.
No.
It's just funny. Well, was there any other extras that you liked? Or is that?
I liked the little retrospective on the making of the movie.
Mhm.
I thought it gave pretty good perspective on how David Lynch operates.
Yeah,
Just got a seat of the pants,
yeah.
which is probably why the movie seems so messy.
Well, that's always how David Lynch operates, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the Twin Peaks Festival
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah.
featurette.
That was still on there, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah. That was like the one year they had rain for the festival, apparently, the one where that was filmed.
Now, did you watch that?
Yeah.
Do you know any of those people? Did you
Yeah, we met some of
recognize?
when we were there. Yeah, we did meet some of them. But a lot of them we didn't know. We didn't see them, so I guess some of those people haven't been there since. Because that was 2006 or
10 years ago.
2007 or
Yeah.
something when we filmed that one. But some people go every year. All right, so yeah, speaking of the fest, we are going to go to the fest next year. A bunch of us. Any listeners who want to go, feel free to meet up with us there. So yeah, I'll get into the feedback now. We've got quite a bit of it. Thanks to everybody who sent some. All right, Daniel, poor Daniel. He sent 2 super long emails. You guys know Daniel from Intro to X. But I was like, I'm sorry, this is just too damn long. We can't read all this, so can you revise it and send it again? So he cut his thoughts down to one shorter email.
Oh, good.
Yeah. But I mean, I appreciate what you did with your thoughts there. I mean, I wish I could read them all, Daniel. So who would like to read? There it is in the chat.
I can start. Welcome back, Twin Peaks Podcast. Since I didn't discover your podcast until you had already finished your coverage of Peaks, I am so glad to be able to write in for your Blu-ray review. I can't wait to hear your reunion discussion and see what new theories these fascinating scenes give you. I'll just share what stood out to me the most. The Buenos Aires convenience store scene, / convenience store scene, is easily my favorite out of them all. We learn a bit more about Judy. Did Agent Jeffries find the ring in Seattle at Judy's? Did he disappear from Seattle for 2 years and when he reappeared just didn't tell anybody but instead tracked Judy down to Argentina before teleporting to the FBI in Philadelphia for a few minutes? Confusing. Jeffries specifically mentions February 1989, same time Laura Palmer will die. Did he know? We see Bob laughing as Philip reappears at the hotel, so is he the one zapping him all over the world? I've always wondered if the convenience store is a specific store somewhere or a metaphysical place like the Red Room. In episode 2, Mike said, "We lived above it, but I was changed." Since the scene ends with the,
Little man from another place.
Oh, thanks. Since the scene ends with a little man from another place and Bob leaving the store for the Red Room, it would indicate that all this takes place just after Mike cut off his arm and stopped killing with Bob, right? What is the light flashing behind that thing beside the black-bearded woodsman? I think the electrician saying animal life was meant to reference the mystery of the owls that aren't what they seem, which never quite got answered in the series. I love seeing a new scene of Frank Silva, R.I.P. I miss Bob so much. The jumping man's face screeching in the background is unsettling, but it reminds me of the same white face with yellow teeth that we have seen overtake Wyndham, Laura, and Leland before. He's so mysterious, but I've wondered if he might represent Mike when he was whole. It looks like Bob is hypnotizing Laura with a ceiling fan and briefly possesses her. Sarah's freak out with her blue sweater and fear that it's happening again also tells me that she definitely knew she had gaps in her memory, i.e. the times Leland drugged her to abuse their daughter. Very sad. Mike's motivation and storyline remain one of the most confusing aspects to me, but I love his sweaty candlelight ritual scene. What is he doing, though? I still don't understand when Teresa got that ring or why she was given it. The extended scenes explaining her blackmail of Leland are nice, but they still don't give me any ideas on that. I'm glad they filmed something to show Laura's relationship with Dr. Jacoby, since it forms such a big part of the series' investigation and isn't even mentioned in the cut film. The last scenes featuring Annie and Cooper after the end of the series are great, but of course I wish they would just go on and on, with Bob inhabiting Cooper's body, or doppelganger. I assumed he would go after Annie next, but now, since that nurse took the ring, is she safe after all? Fire walk with you all. Have another great 25 years. Daniel.
Thanks.
Thank you.
A nurse is going down.
That's what you get, you kleptomaniac.
All right, this one's from Allie. Any volunteers to read that one?
I can do it.
Okay.
Hello, Twin Peaks Podcast. I'm a big fan of the podcast, but I started listening just as you had finished. Glad to see you're back, even though only for a few episodes. This is feedback regarding the missing Blu-ray set. I'm so happy with it. I know a ton of people have had audio problems / subtitle problems, but thankfully I haven't come across any. I love the look of it, and even though it does become tedious to flip through all the flaps that the discs are in, the pictures are great. The most anticipated special feature were the missing pieces from Fire Walk With Me. I'm so glad they were finally released to the public. My favorite scenes off the top of my head are Lucy, Andy, and Harry in the police station, though I didn't think it would have fit in Fire Walk With Me. It was entertaining. Any scenes with Laura and her mother, Dale talking to Diane, and the Palmer family dinner scene. I can't recall any of the actual names of those scenes, so I hope those are good enough. Yes, they are. I also enjoyed I also really enjoyed the special feature with David Lynch speaking to the Palmer family. I've never hoped for a continuation or season 3 of Twin Peaks, but after seeing that, I wouldn't be opposed to it. The only special feature I haven't watched yet is the extended conversation between David Lynch, Kyle MacLachlan, and Matt Janamick.
And Cappy? What about Cappy?
Yeah, and Cappy. The only thing I felt was missing from the box set was Kyle MacLachlan's episode of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm really happy to finally have my favorite show on Blu-ray. It looks great on display, and the episodes look amazing on my TV. Thanks for all the great podcasts. P.S. I just wanted to know if you guys have since rewatched the series, yes, several times, and if any opinions on characters may have changed. I know for probably James and Donna, they will be the same, haha. But almost every time I rewatch the series, there's a character that either grows on me or just aggravates me more. Anyways, keep up the great work. From Allison M. Thanks.
Thanks, Allison. What do you guys think? You have any changed opinions from your original thoughts on any of the characters?
James, I have to say, has grown on me a little bit.
Oh!
Boo.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
Why? Do you know why?
I don't know. I think when I'm rewatching it, I'm kind of looking from a different perspective. Like the first time I was getting to know the characters, and now I'm just, kind of watching it more to observe different things, mostly things like cinematography and stuff, but in some way I kind of, take the opportunity to look at things for each character from a different perspective. And so maybe that's, I don't know, I'm able to sympathize a bit with James.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch the James edit? The James and Evelyn edit?
Ugh.
No.
It's just all their scenes.
Yeah, somebody built it on YouTube as the James spin-off to Twin Peaks. They just took all the James and Evelyn stuff and cut it into its own little movie.
Did they put a track to it? Or
No,
they
I don't think
should've?
so.
That would be hilarious.
I think I made it about a minute and a half.
I don't know. I kind of enjoy those scenes just for the kind of campiness of it.
Mm-hmm.
True.
No, but I mean, I don't know. I have to admit that I used to, like, the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, James, he's gonna be a good guy, and I kind of liked him at first, but then he just became kind of like a whiny, annoying guy. But I can see why you would like him.
He becomes more and more of a caveman as time goes on.
Yeah.
Here's a short one from Agnes Walbrandt. Hi again, you guys. As I am one of those listeners who found the podcast and joined the group right after you stopped recording, I'm so psyched that I'm finally able to send in feedback. Hope you enjoyed the new Blu-ray and missing pieces. I sure did. Apart from the insane deleted scenes, I thoroughly enjoyed the HD version of Dick Tremaine's flawless ensembles, Harry's awful coats, and Cooper's all-around hotness. And just how ridiculous does the Tojimura costume look when in Blu-ray quality?
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just wanted to thank you again for a great podcast. You did an amazing job with it, especially when going through those kinds of sucky episodes in mid-season 2. Truly heroes. Thanks, Agnes. Oh yeah, Matt, did you get to see the Kyle MacLachlan Saturday Night Live skits?
Yeah, I did find it on the internet.
That was just a perfect parody, in my opinion. It was great. All right, so next one's from Harold. It's audio.
Well, what treat we got getting this Blu-ray set with these deleted scenes. I mean, seeing those characters one more time, looking just like we remember them back in Twin Peaks, actually looking better than ever, thanks to the great transfer and the great sound quality. Just wonderful. It's a rare experience to have something like that. As a film buff, I remember a long time ago when they discovered a missing or deleted scene from Charlie Chaplin's City Lights, which is one of my favorite films, and it was found in his archives in the 1980s, and they restored that, and that's the only thing that was comparable for me. Watching these scenes, they're all great. A few maybe a little less so, but I'm happy for all to see all of them. I think the one that struck me the most was that little scene with Dr. Jacoby on the phone with Laura. I tend to think of him as more of a goofy character, but he was really creepy in this. When I went back and watched the pilot, he was kind of creepy in the pilot too, and it just goes to show how some of these characters are different when David Lynch is directing and involved in the story. And I think that we really needed more Jacoby. We need Jacoby, period, and Ben Horn in Fire Walk with Me. They were both really missed, so at least we had scenes here with Dr. Jacoby. Of course, the whole extended thing with Bowie and that room above the store, now it made some sense, so that was all terrific. The scene with Laura hiding in the bushes was just intense scene, as well as the one where she's looking at the ceiling fan. Grace Zabriskie was just amazing. Although the one thing though that I couldn't stop thinking is, of course she has a cigarette in every single scene, but that one when she walks into the house carrying those bags of groceries, that's a freshly lit cigarette. So she must have lit it as she got out of the car on the way into the house. But I just love these little touches like that. So anyway, it's wonderful to see these scenes again. It'll be wonderful to hear the Twin Peaks podcast one more time. Sometimes life is good, huh? So, see you guys online. Bye.
Thank you, Harold.
Harold.
Yes.
The thing that he brought up about Jacoby, it's funny that he says that he's creepy, because there's another scene that was deleted from the show, and in that scene, it's just like, he's talking about Johnny Horn, and he's just giggling the whole time, and the character just seems off to me. Do you remember that scene, Matt? Have you guys seen that scene?
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's just like, he just talks and he's just like, it's just really weird. It doesn't seem like Jacoby at all. It just seems like a caricature of Jacoby.
He's making fun of Johnny and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know, it's just really weird. I can see why that one was cut out.
Yeah.
Making fun of Johnny.
Yep.
How dare you.
Oh.
And Johnny's right there. Within earshot. Here's a tiny one. Somebody want to read that?
Sure. All right. Oh, go for it, Brett.
Fight for me. Guys should have a punch out.
Hey guys! Exclamation point. Very excited, clearly. I just finished your season 2 finale podcast, so I thought I might write in before it's too late. Oh, well, you made it.
Yeah.
I have not gotten around to watching The Missing Pieces yet, but I just wanted to say that your podcast has been awesome to listen to whilst watching the series. Also, I was wondering if you guys have any recommendations of any other intro-style podcasts that are worth listening to, as there are about 1 million on iTunes that I might look into now that I've finished with Twin Peaks. Thanks for your amazing podcast! Exclamation point, Sam.
Sam from Yorkshire.
Yes.
Well, now they can find him. Great.
Oh, jeez. Lock your door.
They're coming for you. Sam, watch out.
For those exclamation points.
Well, here's a chance for you, Brad, to do some plugs.
Yes. If you, oh boy. If you want to watch the X-Files, we'll help you get through it. On Intro to X, we're working through it. We're in season 5. We're doing Millennium at the same time with that. It started during season 4. It's really good. Also, hey, maybe you don't want to watch something so serious. Maybe you want to watch something easy going. Maybe you want to watch Mr. Belvedere or Perfect Strangers or Saved by the Bell or Charles in Charge. Then you should listen to the Ramjack podcast, where we have a fun time and play some games and sometimes talk about sitcoms from the 80s.
Yes, the Intro to X communities, it's an intro cast, but it's also a support group, really.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Unless your name is Robin. Oh.
Yeah. The apologist.
And there's also Intro to Briscoe. And,
that we're doing.
We're doing that. It's
disclaimer. We're doing that.
I'm biased. Yeah.
So Matt and I and Caitlin are on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a lighthearted show, so it's fun to watch.
Yes. Yep.
There's very little incest compared to Twin Peaks.
Yes, very little so far.
Yes, so if that's what you're looking for,
we're so good.
Yeah. And there's always potential cast, the mother of intro cast.
There's very little cocaine usage.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Next one is kind of long. Who wants to read that?
If nobody else will do it,
go for it, Mal.
Stumble through it. Okay. Hey guys, I only discovered the podcast this spring, so this is my first opportunity to write in before a show. I'm actually re-listening to the podcast a few months later, so congratulations on maintaining my interest and entertaining me enough to warrant a revisit. I feel like I feel like this guy's slave. Is it a guy or girl?
Guy.
Okay. I feel like thanks for entertaining me.
It's like we're Diane and we lost the challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, this is really delightful to find out so many more people who are listening to the podcast.
Yeah. We didn't get to hear from them originally, yeah.
No.
I guess it's good to keep your podcast up and keep paying those bills.
There is a lot that I could say, but I'll try to limit my thoughts to the entire mystery Blu-ray set. Like many other Twin Peaks fans, I bought a Blu-ray player specifically for the occasion. Wow, that's expensive. Buying the Blu-ray plus a Blu-ray player?
Yeah, really.
Stop moving stuff around in front of my...
Sorry.
You're distracting me. Okay. I bought a Blu-ray player specifically for the occasion and counted down the days before the release. The timing was perfect. This past spring, I'd fallen in love with the show and film after taking a 6-year break, and was already obsessively reading and writing about Twin Peaks when I found out about the Blu-ray. Initially, I thought the idea of actually seeing the long-discussed deleted scenes would be cool, but nothing game-changing. I was wrong about that. Do you mind scrolling down? Thank you. For me, the missing pieces fundamentally changed the way I think about the series and film. I've long been a defender of Fire Walk With Me, a film that unfortunately gets slammed by a lot of Twin Peaks fans, although thankfully, less and less as time passes. As much as I love the series, I probably love the film even more, but it always seemed like there was a dividing line between the world of the show and the world of the movie. Maybe they had to be considered separately, even though they were obviously related. At least that's what I thought until I saw the missing pieces. What changed for me was the realization that there's an overarching story here, even though it isn't chronological, something the missing pieces only complicates. Lynch isn't really interested in the linear constraints.
Exclamation point.
Constraints!
I like to point out exclamation points.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, you keep doing it. The missing pieces, I'm just really trying to focus on not stumbling over words right now. The missing pieces felt like a missing link between the more balanced tone of the show, with its focus on the community and a sense of melancholy, rather than outright horror, and the dark world of the film, which filters everything through the consciousness of Laura Palmer and is far more intense than the movie. We get a real sense of how Laura's world overlaps and interacts with the town around her. I especially love the scene at the Hayward house, and for that I'm really thankful. Even the style Lynch uses to represent these scenes strikes a balance. He sticks mostly with long takes and master shots, a bit similarly to the show. Sometimes we even see scenes from Fire Walk With Me presented in a new light. It's such an interesting approach, in some ways an alternate version of the movie, something new filmmakers have done before. I'm really glad he didn't try to put the scenes back into the movie, as many demanded. I demand this. This is so much more compelling and effective. Whoa, you went way down there. This is a really long email.
There's 2 more paragraphs.
Okay, I'm gonna breathe for a minute. Okay, I'm ready. There was a lot other great stuff on the Blu-ray too, though I'll keep it brief. No, you won't, since I've already
Take that, Joel.
Oh, burn! That's a sick burn! Sick burn!
And then he asks, "Is Morgan Freeman speaking yet?"
Um,
No, but I will point out you just laid down another exclamation point bomb.
Well, Morgan Freeman can speak if he wants to. I can give you the phone, Morgan. I absolutely loved the atmospherics, which perfectly encapsulates the magic of the show. The new Fire Walk With Me documentary was great, offering a lot of insight into the making of the movie. The comments about the intensity of Cheryl Lee's performance were especially revealing. And Between Two Worlds was a perfectly Lynchian coda. Just when we think, after multiple viewings and reflections, we may have figured out Twin Peaks, he throws in Laura's cryptic little speech to further confuse us. Brad?
Exclamation point!
I'm also glad the set includes those cast interviews from the pre-gold box DVDs. If you haven't yet, make sure to check out the Al Strobel video postcard in which he describes the near-death experience that accompanied the loss of his arm. Yeah, that was interesting.
I like how
You know
we
what?
phrased that.
I don't know
Accompanied
if
the loss of his arm.
I don't know if I need that to see that one.
No, you probably don't. It probably will outrage you. The Richard Beamer and Don Davis postcards are also quite memorable. So, for you guys, a few questions. Aside from the missing pieces, what was your favorite part of the entire mystery set? Crickets.
Having seen the series 15 years ago on VHS tape, I appreciated the quality of the video, audio.
Yeah,
Agreed.
it was very nice.
It was a wonderful presentation.
Yeah, I gotta say the presentation is nice. Even beyond the actual video and audio of the series, just the, like Caitlin said, the menus in the box, just everything.
Yeah, the menus and the packaging, they really put a lot of thought into it, a lot of care. It really felt like a love letter to the fans.
Yeah.
It was great.
Go ahead.
Did you rewatch the series and notice anything new?
Not yet.
Well, not yet. We didn't watch the Blu-ray, but we had just watched it before, like
Before we
on
bought it.
Netflix before we had
Yeah.
gone to the fest. So, most importantly, how did the missing pieces work for you?
We just reviewed them.
Yeah. Lynch, yes, Lynch described them as things that happened in the last days of Laura Palmer. In other words, they are canon. Did you take them that way, or more as sideline curiosities, or even alternate universe scenarios?
I took them as things
That's
that
what they
happened
were?
that we didn't get to see. Yeah.
It's far more work to imagine them as parallel universe, alternate counterpart. No, cannot.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
If you revisit the series and film in the future, do you think you'll rewatch these scenes as well?
Yep.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Yep. And if you do, if yes, at what
Inquiring minds want to know.
yeah,
Question, man.
yes, at what point would you watch them? Before the show, between the show and the film, or after the film? Well, I don't know. I don't really care.
Simultaneously.
All at the same time. I've got like 3 TVs set up,
I'm gonna
watching the show, the movie, and the deleted scenes.
I'm gonna have one TV for each episode.
Yeah.
All simultaneously.
Oh my god, that would be insane. Ugh.
Okay.
All right. Where are we at there here? I'm a big fan of the second approach, since the missing pieces make a great segue. What?
Segway.
Segway, yeah.
Is that how you spell it?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Okay.
Maybe it's an alternate spelling?
According to what? Like, how do you spell it?
No, I don't know.
That's how you spell it.
Spell this.
Okay, continue.
Sorry. I need to know how things are spelled. Between the two worlds, besides, I feel any viewing of the Twin Peaks saga would begin with Laura's body washing up on shore and end with her spirit receiving its angel in the Red Room. Hope you eventually find another excuse to revisit Twin Peaks for a podcast reunion, but until then, thumbs up, Joel Bocco.
Thanks, Joel.
Bocco, brr.
I feel bad for Daniel because if I had read this previously, I also would have told Joel to trim it a bit.
You're a jerk.
Well, I mean, we don't have all night, but I
If you
appreciate.
have another long one, let me read it.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's very short.
no, you did a great job.
Yes. No Morgan Freeman needed. No checks.
But you know, you could watch the show in any order because we know that this series is non-linear,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
In fact, this is a good experiment to do.
Okay, I'll read this one because it's short.
Okay.
Hello! I just found the podcast.
There was
and
no
I've been
exclamation
listening.
mark there,
I
sorry.
know.
Just had to point that
All
out.
enthusiasm disclaimer is Matt.
Guys, there should never be exclamation points. It's okay.
Nothing is that exciting.
Nothing.
Well,
I just found the podcast and I have been listening. It's a lot of fun.
Wait, I won $1 million.
Okay.
Period.
It works. It works. It's implied.
Okay.
When do you need an exclamation point?
I would
Okay.
get one
When
for
you're
$1 million.
excited. when you're
Who
Not
wrote this?
necessarily.
I
This
sent this in because it doesn't have a name at the end.
Yeah, it's from Kyle Hoover. Sorry, continue.
Okay, Kyle, here's your email. Uninterrupted. Hello, I just found the podcast and I've been listening. It is a lot of fun and I've been rewatching it with you. I'm a longtime Twin Peaks fan and I watch the entire series
Probably.
twice a year. I don't even skip the James parts. I love top 5 lists, so I wanted to share 2 of mine. Favorite characters. Number 1, Dale Cooper. Number 2, Bobby Briggs. Number 3, Albert Rosenfeld. Number 4, Harry S. Truman. Number 5, Jerry Horn. Least favorites. Number 1,
Sexist.
Donna. Number 2, James. Number 3, Harold Smith. Number 4, Annie. And number 5, John Justice.
Would you say you said
Kyle-
sexist?
Yes.
Why?
There's no women on the top.
Yeah, there's no
5.
women. I don't see. I mean, you're entitled to your opinions, Kyle, but I don't see
Your sexist
Nadine
opinions.
anywhere. I don't see Audrey.
Shelley,
No Shelley.
no Catherine, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Bobby Briggs.
Oh, where's Hawk?
Yeah.
Last
This list is invalid. Throwing it away.
Hawk, one with an exclamation point.
But we still respect your opinion.
If there's ever a time for an exclamation point, it would have been with Hawk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks, Kyle. All right. So looks like this is the last one. Do you see any other ones that I missed?
I hated Billy Zane.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
His weird
Sweater.
sweaters and his face.
It's everything about
His
him.
weird.
His wig.
His
Guitar.
I don't know. His eyes were always like eyeshadow or
Just got very thick eyelashes.
thick eyelash. Yes, the eyelashes. There you go.
Yeah. Thick eyelashes and marbles in his mouth.
Right. So here's the last one from Matt B.
Woo. I'll read it if that's okay.
Yep.
There better not be any exclamation points in your email.
I'm gonna call him out.
Dear all, I don't want to go into the show nor the new bits and details. I'm sure you've got all my observations covered and my thoughts will no doubt be represented by one of your contributors. All I would say is that to this day, even with advances in television scripting and characterization over the last few years, Twin Peaks remains my favorite show ever. I firmly believe that the stretch from seeing Coop hanging upside down in his gravity boots to him being shot is the most consistently excellent run of TV episodes that has been made. I would though like to give some feedback on the podcast itself. Oh, bold.
Bring it.
Okay. It was summer 2011, and I was having a tough time in my personal life. In order to occupy my mind, I decided to undertake a rewatch of Twin Peaks and went searching for a podcast as an accompaniment. I wasn't looking for anything specific, just some discussion between like-minded fans. I came across several options, so much like when undecided between a choice of wines, I went for the one with the simplest label, the Twin Peaks Podcast.
It works.
Nice work.
So when you choose a bottle of wine, you buy the bottle that says wine?
Okay, Matt
wine.
is not pretentious.
That's amazing.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
No, you can't.
Okay. The four of you have no idea how much you helped me through that time, whether it was through simple plot discussion, out there predictions, crazy tangents, or the choice of closing song, Hello, Lisa Lahid. Just knowing that others shared my love and opinions of Twin Peaks provided exactly the distraction I needed. Little things I thought only I had noticed were reflected by you and your contributors. Long, hard journeys passed by more swiftly, and quiet evenings became filled with mirth because of you. My only disappointment is that I was a little late to the party, so couldn't contribute at the time. Thanks to all of you, Matt B, aka Senor Drool Cup.
Aww.
Thanks,
That's
Matt.
great.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks,
so
Matt.
glad. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, and I knew he enjoyed the show. I didn't know we helped him in such a way.
Yeah.
But,
that's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like that about podcasts before too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a great one to end on. That is the last one, as far as I can tell. I'm sorry if I missed anybody, if it went to spam or something.
Did you check spam?
I guess I'll check spam real quick.
There's 74 spams in your...
I mean, I can't just...
This is Nancy Williams. Get back to me, dear friend.
Let's read these ones too.
I don't know this Nancy Williams, Matt. I'm suspicious now. Also, Funte Jerry. Who's this?
Oh gosh, I can't believe we didn't get this one. The truth is out. Your glasses and contact lenses are in fact making your eyes worse. All was revealed in the shocking video that the eye care industry is desperately trying to hide from you.
Oh, no.
I always wondered. I've worn glasses since I was 3, but my eyes just gets worse every year.
Oh my god, eyeball conspiracies, man.
You'll soon learn that in as little as 2 weeks, you can be throwing away your glasses and contact lenses for good, all caps, and enjoying a hassle-free life of perfect 20/20 vision. Thanks a lot, Martin Kruger, MD, eye care specialist.
All right, so that's all that. Again, thanks everyone. And I mean, if there is more stuff coming, if we find out tomorrow that there's more Twin Peaks, I mean, I'm willing to come back if you guys are.
Why not?
Yep.
Why?
Why the heck not?
But either way, I'll keep the podcast up for posterity. And I'd like to again thank our sponsor for this episode, Jenny's Prints on Etsy, where you can buy patches and postcards and such. Check out her shop on Etsy. Just Google it. And
People are gonna go and Google now. They're gonna be like, "What the hell is this?"
After we close out here, I'm going to play an audio that Matt Ace here sent us of him watching the final episode. So
So enjoy that, everyone.
yes, we'll close with that. You get the experience.
I'm sure that will bring much enlightenment to you.
Yep. And thanks for joining us again, everyone. And we'll see you next time if there is one. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Thanks for listening. Check us out on twitter.com/TwinPeaksCast. Search for the Twin Peaks Podcast group on Facebook. And visit us on twinpeakspodcast.blogspot.com. Email your feedback to twinpeakspodcast@gmail.com.
Here's a tune for you guys. Okay. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Okay, and now I am set to record my commentary track for the very final episode of Twin Peaks. I still have the prequel movie to watch and the Laura Palmer diary to read, as well as a lot of special features, but this is the last episode of the show's 2-season run. Oh, little bird, I'm gonna miss you, little bird. Mill, I'm gonna miss you, Mill. With your plumes of smoke. Oh, Buzzsaw, I'm gonna miss you, Buzzsaw. Oh, ugly font, I think I'll miss you most of all. Laura Flynn Boyle. Sherilyn Fenn, Peggy Lipton, a lot of great actresses in this, and also Laura Flynn Boyle. Oh, Ray Wise, okay. Perhaps he will be in the Red Room, either in the White Lodge or the Black Lodge. I don't know which is which, really. I bet Cooper goes inside, has a vision of Laura and Leland. Is my prediction. It's shocking to me that they looked at that thing for days, for episodes, and they didn't know it was a map. It was so obviously a map. I like how we're going back to the beginning of the series. It's all coming full circle. There's a fish in the percolator. Harry's job is to repeat everything that Coop says. Uh-oh, he's about to have a breakthrough. Look, it's trying to think. I'm just enraptured by this. I have nothing interesting to say, except that this is Wyndham Earle's best disguise, dressing up as the log lady. It's Margaret, way better than the horse. Annie is clueless. She doesn't know what's going on in this town. She just got out of the convent. Has she mentioned the convent in the last 12 seconds? Because she just got out of the convent. Is she possessed now? Oh. That's pretty cool. Curtains just appeared and disappeared. My prediction last episode is when she got hit by that sandbag that she would regain her memory. Aww. I like Mike, but I like him a lot more with glasses. He loves her. It's not just about the sex. No, she's crazy again. Oh, well, crazy being a matter of degrees. This is an unfortunate turn of events. Okay, wait till her head wound heals, and then when she's feeling a little better, knock her unconscious again. Oh, this is so sad. Yeah, she does not look 35. Well, Mike has learned a very valuable lesson about dating mental patients. Now he can be with someone his own age. I say goodbye and lament the loss of my favorite Twin Peaks relationship. I'm a little confused about why they even bothered to lie to Donna. Why not just say, yeah, your real father's Ben Horn, but he doesn't want anything to do with you, and... Okay, now who's this? Oh, you're my daddy. This is all just... This is ridiculous and over the top. And now we see Laura Flynn Boyle's cry face, and is he dead? Oh my god. So that's another person that Doctor has killed. Ben Horn, and also that guy on the raft that he drowned. Made look like an accident. I've now figured out Sylvia is Audrey's mother. Just we haven't seen her in forever. So I was like, who was that woman? Stock footage of Owl. I thought the portal between worlds was opened through fear, but Heather Graham didn't seem too afraid. She was like in a trance. This whole mythology reminds me a lot of the Dark Tower series. Just this idea that there are thin spots in the world where people can slip through. That effect is really well done. It's Samson! Is that some famous singer that I'm supposed to know? More strobe effects. Twin Peaks may induce seizures. Sheriff Truman, it's me, Andy. I came to the woods to find you. Where did Agent Cooper go? Of course, we always want pie. I'm an old man. I wonder if this old man and the old man at the Great Northern are related. They're like brothers. Audrey, can't you think of anything better to do with your time? Oh, I poured this water on your blouse. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, let me just pat it dry. I guess this is another one of those famous, awkwardly long David Lynch scenes that makes the episode's momentum grind to a halt. And everyone says, oh, it's brilliant direction, but really it's just f***ing annoying. Maybe she should have called the Gazette before she went down there. Can we speed things up here? Let's hurry this along. Well, an explosion of that size probably would have killed Andrew and Pete, but my guess is that there's a chance that Audrey survived. I was kind of wondering where that was headed, that whole plot, but okay. I'm guessing we won't get closure on that. That's the cliffhanger for the season, and there won't be another one. No, Leo is, he's got a box of tarantulas above his head. Okay, these two, that's some fashion. Wow, he's wearing a cape. Wow. Yep, there she is. But that's not actually Laura, though, right? That's, Samson's cousin? Yeah, I think we knew that. That the giant and the old man were the same. Like, the old man was like the proxy for the giant and the quote-unquote real world. So Cooper just wanders into this other dimension and then feels fit to pour coffee all over their floor. Their nice clean carpet. I don't have anything to say about that. So was that Bob impersonating Laura? I'm not really talking during this because I'm trying to catch everything, but I imagine it's a rather futile endeavor. I could probably rewatch this thing 100 times and not make sense of any of it. I thought we would see Leland in there. There's a man thrashing in the curtains back there. Okay, well, that happened. Oh, there he is. Is Dale Doppelganger gonna go into the real world, quote-unquote, cause mischief? No wonder those spirits want to come into our world. This place is, trippy. This is probably the weirdest sequence on television that I think that I've ever seen on television. Maybe the second weirdest. Because I'm thinking of the season 2 finale of Millennium. There's a 10-minute sequence that's just bonkers. They might be tied. I don't know. I'll have to rewatch that. Is that the real Dale Cooper? Or is the real Cooper stuck in the Black Lodge? And that's his doppelganger? Or is it Cooper, but he's possessed by a spirit? He's gonna look in the mirror and it's gonna be Bob Wyndham Earl? Because something is not right here. You're wasting toothpaste. And that's it. He saved Annie, but now he is possessed by Bob. But I imagine that if this series continued, that at some point he would probably be saved, his soul would be saved. So I'm not too broken up about it. And there's a face in the coffee. And that's it. Goodbye, everyone!